What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic, and welcome to part 3 of Yoshi's Woolly World, revisited after 10 years. Guys, what a week. I already had a very late stream on Wednesday, and here I am doing yet another very late stream today. This day, Halloween. I hope that you guys had a very happy and safe Halloween. But anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to Golden Guy and Mr. Face. How are you guys doing? So if I'm not Worldly World is another new island. I think I understand what you're trying to say, but yeah, technically this is a new island. It's not Yoshi's new island, but it is a new island that happens to have Yoshis on it. Happy Halloween, by the way. You too, Mr. Face. Same goes to everyone who celebrates it. Oh yeah, that's right, you don't celebrate Halloween. Well, how was everyone's Halloween? I must ask. It's a better new island. Our Halloween was pretty good. Oh no, I'm late, says Avalon. Not very late. I'm very late. You're not very late. Welcome to the stream. Just had a very hilarious stream of reading hilariously bad creepypastas. Sounds interesting. I hope you enjoyed it, J-Dog. Welcome. But yeah, our Halloween was pretty good. The kids had varying levels of enjoyment of trick-or-treating. JJ loved it. He was so excited to walk door to door and knock on every door and like get all sorts of candy. He was having a lot of fun. Yeah, Sky says he was practically running from house to house, and she's right. Shaden, on the other hand, did not have a very good experience. Sky says this is probably her worst Halloween yet, and I would concur. Like after the third house, she ran and fell in dog poop, and now her Rosalina dress is like stained with dog poop. We like washed it as soon as we were able to, but I think the damage had already been done, unfortunately. Then she got cold and upset, and like some people's lawn ornaments or Halloween lawn ornaments scared her. And she was just miserable by the end. It was sad. Oh, I saw that, yeah. LP says, wait, did the stream just start? Yes, it did, LP. Yes, it did. Welcome to the stream. And also, welcome to Yoshi Daffy Duck and Solar Flare. Ah! I was DK Donkey Kong, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. That's awesome. I was not dressed up as... I did not have a costume. I was dressed with just my normal wear. The shirt, in fact. Sorry, Jeff was watching baseball. I usually never watch baseball, but it's USA versus Canada in the World Series, and my inner patriot needs to watch Canada lose. Dodgers versus Blue Jays, to be specific, for the 3 people that care, or the -3 people that care. Well, I hope that was a fun game to watch. How did it go? Also, welcome. Right, we're Friday. I legit forgot. I feel so bad for Shaden, says Drip Nova. I unfortunately didn't have time to prepare a costume. Sad face. -3, says Solar Flare. Found you in my homepage, says LP. Hey, there you go. I appeared in your homepage. YouTube knows that you like my streams. Or at least that you attend them. I don't want to take too much credit where it's not due. Sorry to hear about Shaden's outfit, says Mr. Face. It's okay. She's a cute little kid. We love her to pieces, but my goodness is she clumsy. And it doesn't help that the dress was a little too big for her, and I think she just tripped over it. So, it is what it is. Like, these things happen. JJ had the time of his life. Shaden was borderline traumatized. But, you know... This guy says she wonders if Shaden will remember tripping and falling in dog poop on Halloween someday. Yeah, no, she probably isn't making core memories as of yet. She's only 3, like you said. Uh oh. Also, why did you name her Shaden? What kind of name is that, says Dripnova. It is a unique name, and it's a pretty name. This guy wanted something unique, and that started with the letter S. And we were going through, like, a list of names. A list of S names. And, like, I didn't like most of them. I was like, no. 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 And then I heard Shaden, and I'm like, you know, that's pretty. I could live with that, yeah. We call her Shay Shay for short. We have Shay Shay and we have JJ. And my sister's name is Janae, so her nickname is Nene. So we have a Nene, JJ, Shay Shay. It's fantastic. Right, so yeah, there were definitely reasons why we called her what we called her. Hello there, did you get my text? I don't know if I did. Let me check. Yes, I did get your text. Okay. Okay, good. I hope that we, a digital deluxe mosasaur, and he's your favorite? He's so shiny! I like him. Yeah, I'm not gonna be repeating the whole thing. My favorite streams right now, chatting stream with Woolly World gameplay is an afterthought, says Golden Guy. Yeah, you're not wrong. To me, Shaden sounds like evil Jaden. To me, Jaden sounds like evil Shaden. What? Nah, they're both good names. How's the... Oh, Solar Flare says, that's so messed up to say. I have memories at 3. That's not typical Solar Flare. I think JJ does also. He has a surprisingly good memory. But for most children, they don't start developing core memories that they carry with them until they're like 5. It's a thing. You can look it up. I'm not saying like, oh, she won't remember because she's, you know, mentally deficient in some way. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's typical. Kids don't usually remember memories beyond the age of like, or prior to the age of like 5. It's a thing. Yes, it's bioluminescent, so it glows at nighttime. So cool, I love it. Solar Flare says, how's the 3rd kid? I assume he didn't have an eventful Halloween. His Halloween was sitting in the stroller that I was pushing around and screaming until he fell asleep. So, I guess you could say he's good. This guy says that she felt bad for me because I had to push him around. Like, I was pushing him around, trying to keep him, pushing him around in the stroller, trying to keep him happy. And, like, you know, everybody else got to have fun trick-or-treating. Although Ethan did stick by my side for most of it, so he at least kept me company. I appreciate that, Ethan. Thank you. Hello, Aurora. Welcome to the stream. Whose memory is good now, loser? Like, oh, look at me, I'm Jeff. I can remember when I was, I can remember when I was 3. Says Solar Flare. Seems that you also have a good memory. But you have commented before on how elephantine my memory is. And you've been surprised by those sorts of things. Like, I remember one time you asked me what I had for lunch, and I rattled off like, oh, I had a salami sandwich with pepper jack cheese, lettuce, tomato, some mayonnaise, some Taco Bell fire sauce, and you're like, how do you remember all of that? So, yeah. Avalon, I'm tired. I think I'll take my leave. My brother will be keeping you company. Okay. I forget what his name is. The name Shaden is primarily a gender-neutral name of American-created name. Origin, that means hawk. Combination of Shay and the suffix den, says Mr. Face. Interesting, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Face did. This game is so cute. It really is. Source is Baby Names website. I can't say .com. Gotcha. Babynameswebsite.com. Babynames.com, I'm guessing. I'm pretty good at remembering stuff, though, says Solar Flare. Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying you were not. I'm just saying you've noted how good mine is. Horrible day today, but it is what it is. I'm sorry to hear that, Aurora. What happened? If I may ask. This guy says hopefully you didn't fall in dog poop like Shaden did for Halloween today. She says not to make a joke of whatever you're going through. I'm sorry you didn't have a good day. Clay, hey Jeff. Hey, what's your name by the way? Well, I mean... I'm not sure that that's public knowledge that my name is Jeff, and I'd rather not make it public knowledge that my name is Jeff if I can help it, so... Can't really tell you that my name is Jeff just yet. Maybe DM me later and I'll tell you that my name is Jeff. I'm trying to come up with new creative ways to to say my name is Jeff without saying my name is Jeff, but also saying my name is Jeff. Jeff's real name is blank, says TV. Okay, Jeff, says Clay. LP says, I've been procrastinating for the past N hours, N being an integer between 1 and positive infinity, instead of cleaning up my place. I'm very familiar with using the number, or the letter N as just some integer. I love that. We had trick-or-treating yesterday. Me and my friend just watched a movie. It's a solar flare. Fun! I tried to help our dear Ethan figure out how to, you know, get MP3 files off of his Yamaha keyboard, and turns out that's impossible. Okay, not impossible. That's not a good way of saying it. It's a very, very convoluted process that I still haven't quite figured out, but I have an idea. We spent like 4 hours today trying to figure out how to do it the right way, and yeah, it didn't really work out. But I have another idea that just popped in my head on my way home, so we're gonna try and figure that out. Happy Halloween, says JP. Welcome to the stream, JP, and happy Halloween to you as well. I hope yours was a happy and safe one. How are you, friend? Like, I didn't go trick-or-treating. The state just didn't want it on a Friday. They didn't want it on a Friday. Weird. Yamaha makes everything, bro. I was ticked off my school librarian by... I ticked off my school librarian by asking for a source for a paper I was writing, and she really didn't like my topic. Oh boy. What was your topic? I hesitate to ask that. J-Dog says, I always make sure not to kill any of my of the mama birds in this puff bird stage anytime I played it because I felt genuinely terrible for doing so. Why can you do it in the first place? Yeah, like why can't you just... In Yoshi's story, they were pretty much invincible. You just jump on them, they squish a little bit, and they just stop like, what? And then they start running around like they're panicking. Anyway, ask Clay a question. Clay, do you have a favorite time of day? I just did a bit of trick-or-treating and got a bunch of candy. Happy Halloween, says DV. Happy Halloween to you as well, friend. Not gonna answer, but we'd agree on it. Okay. I forgot it was Halloween. I got reminded it was when I saw my mom posting her carved pumpkin in the family group chat. We prepared for Halloween a couple weeks in advance, so yeah, Halloween was definitely on my radar, let's just say that, and JJ was super excited about it. Don't ask Yoshi to pass out candy, he'll just eat all of it. I'm curious to know the model of the Yamaha keyboard. It's a Montage M8X, I think it is. if you would like to know what we did tonight, Clayton says, not yet. If you would like to know what we did tonight to try and make all of the work and failing miserably at doing so, I don't know how familiar you are with, like, Yamaha stuff. Oh, crud. I need to retry. But, here's what we did. And I have no prior experience, by the way, to anything Yamaha or keyboards or what have you. I have no prior experience. So, Ethan composed some... Oh my goodness, I suck. Ethan composed some songs, for a local, play that, like, some homeschool group is putting on, I think. And... so, he's got them saved as what are called performances, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Performances in his keyboard. And the person that is directing the play wanted like MP3s to play during the play. So, you know, I was asked to go over there and try and help figure out how to do that. And I'm like, well, it should be pretty simple, like drag and drop from the, like, just put a flash drive in the back of the keyboard and drag and drop the files. Like, how hard can that be? Oh, how naive I was. So I go over there, and turns out the only things that you can actually put on this here flash drive from the Yamaha keyboard are a total backup file, which is useless. Any of the files that you can get off of the keyboard are completely useless on anything except on another keyboard. Cannot use them on anything else. They are backup file, user file, and library file. Those are the only kinds of files that you can get from the flash drive, or from the keyboard onto the flash drive. You can't take, like, performances, which again, I'll get back to what exactly that is here in a minute. You can't take the performances and just put them as an MP3 onto a flash drive. That's not how it works. So I then figured out, okay, this keyboard, it's a Yamaha product. It comes with an audio editing software called Cubase, I think. And we attempted to use that. And the only way that we could actually use it was by connecting the Yamaha keyboard to the computer via USB Type-B. Well, we didn't have a USB Type-B cable, so we had to order one. So we ordered an Amazon Basics USB Type-B cable. A few weeks later, I finally got time to go back over, well, tonight, and look at it. So we connected it, and I figured out how to, like, record the MIDI audio, M-I-D-I audio, in the audio editing software. Then I found out I couldn't export it to an audio file because the MIDI file isn't actually, it doesn't actually have any audio information in it. It only has information on how to tell another, like, audio, like, another, like, digital audio, or like an instrument, how to play the music. So you can, like, have the computer tell the keyboard what to play. It cannot be processed as an audio file. So round and round and round we go. By the way, the performance is just, like, a set of instruments and a set of, like, you know, notes that they play and everything. It's like, it's kind of like the audio version of a video editing project, if you will. Kind of. Like, you've got everything saved, like, you've got music recorded and saved within the software. And you can manipulate it, you can change it, you can change the tempo, and all that good stuff. Like you could if you were, you know, editing a video file, and, like, you just pre-recorded and you recorded a bunch of video within the video editing software. That's kind of what it's like. It's not a file that you can save as, like, an MP3 or a WAV file, or you can't export it. Oh, it's so needlessly complicated. So, the other thing is, there's this software, it's called Montage Connect, that basically lets you take those performances that I was talking about and drag and drop them into your audio editing software, the Cubase. And you could drag them and drop them in there, and all the different channels in the performance would be its own individual track, and then you can export that. Then you can export that into your MP3 or WAV file. However, you need an updated firmware on your keyboard in order to make that work. And I'm like 90%. Well, let me back up for just a second. You need a firmware update to connect to the Montage Connect software. And like I'm 90% sure that I can. Okay, let me back up again. That firmware update wipes the keyboard of all of its internal memory. Everything on it just deleted. It's like a factory reset. And you can create a backup of everything that's on your keyboard. And I'm like 90% sure that it would have all the songs that Ethan has saved on there. Like I'm 90% sure that it would save all of it. But there's 10% of me that is unsure. And I don't feel comfortable doing that firmware update, not knowing whether or not all of his music will be saved in that backup file, so I didn't do that. Now I'm contemplating connecting the keyboard into, into the computer via USB, and then just using Audacity to play back the performances and save that as like an audio track in Audacity and just make the MP3 that way. That's a quick and dirty solution. I don't even know if it'll work, but that's where we're at right now. So yeah, there you go. That was my evening tonight. Jeff missed my comment. I'm sorry, I was on a rant. I'm sorry. There we go. Aurora says, a hood flipped up into the windshield while I was driving. Completely my fault. Scary at the time, but now I'm hoping it won't be too expensive. Jeepers, I'm sorry. Hood flipped up into the windshield, so I assume that the windshield just got completely trashed, like it's cracked or it's broken in some way. I've had cracks in my windshield before, and fortunately for me, windshield replacements are covered by my insurance. I don't know how much that's made my insurance premiums go up. So, you know, maybe do a little research on that. But yeah, for me it was covered by insurance, and I've had it replaced like 3 times at this point. I've had my car for 6 years, and I've replaced the windshield 3 times. I do a lot of highway driving. A lot of stray pebbles get tossed into my windshield, and yeah, sometimes it cracks. Yamaha Steakhouse. Hey Blues Cat, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I missed your comment. And happy Halloween. J-Dog says, this year felt weird. First time it didn't feel overly Halloween-esque. Maybe because I didn't leave the house. But it was still fun reading bad horror stories. But I don't know. This year Halloween felt absent. Won't let that happen to Christmas though. I am the Christmas lad. Yeah, it's a different vibe when you don't go out. Honestly. Yeah, it's a completely different vibe. Then when you get older, and, you know, you can get enjoyment from, you know, handing candy out at Halloween time instead of going out and getting it. I don't know a Yamaha keyboard that lets you add MP3 files, but I do know that some will let you add MIDI files. Yeah, that's the problem. MIDI files are not what we're looking for. We're looking to take the music that Ethan's got saved on his piano in performances and save, like, somehow get it to MP3 format, but it just it's not a fun process. And I barely know what MIDI means, but I think I'm learning. I expect at least a MIDI file. Yeah, again, MIDI file isn't what we're looking for. Just contains the notes and how hard you pressed. Yeah, exactly, and that's not what we're looking for. Also, maze level, yay. What's up, Neil? Welcome to the stream. Skyworld, hey, how about an underground stage? Cool, unique OST though. Admittedly, I think the song fits better from the Stitch Factory stage in World 6. Yeah, I agree. How are you doing? I'm doing alright, Neil. I'm sorry I took a while to get back to your comment. I was on a rant. Sorry, I had to reload because my Wi-Fi was being a bum and it cut out again. Seriously. Jeez, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that Yoshi's Woolly World for the Switch 2 rumor will come true, says Nehemiah. Welcome to the stream, Nehemiah. I am with you. I hope that we get that Yoshi's Woolly World port as well. Like, what's taking so long? So wait, you got a MIDI out of it with all the tracks? Well, no, we didn't export to MIDI because we knew that wasn't what we were looking for. And, like, what we did end up doing was recording some, like, test tracks. Like, we had them record 3 new tracks in a new project, in a new editing timeline, with MIDI, with a MIDI instrument. And I spent, like, an hour trying to figure out how to export it to audio. And when I tried, like, I exported it a bunch of times, and, like, no audio played. And I eventually found something that told me, yeah, MIDI doesn't have any actual audio data that can be, like, heard or listened to. It just tells, like, another, like, instrument or something how to actually make the sounds. And I'm like, oh. Well, poo. Justified ranting, says Ethan. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know why my service is so poop. That took far too long. Yeah, sorry about that. The windshield is actually not that bad, and wouldn't even be expensive to replace. It's the hood that is dented at the corners and won't open more than a couple of inches now. I'm hoping that's all. Oof. Okay, yeah, that I don't know about. But I hope that that isn't a terrible experience to get that rectified. I'm sorry to hear about all that. If you have a MIDI file and somehow Cubase, you can totally render an MP3 out of it though, can't you? No. You need to map out the instruments to the sounds, and it's a mess, but it's doable. Well, if I can do it, I have not yet figured it out. I looked up a bunch of, like, forums, forum comments and all that. Nothing doing. It's just needlessly complicated, so I don't think I can wrap my head around it. I had an okay night. My Halloween costume was my brother. Clayton. Clayton, what's your favorite Halloween candy? If you went trick-or-treating, I'm sure you must have a favorite by now. Alright, let me see if I can remember where I was. But yeah, that whole situation was just... Oh, get me up there. Yeah, that's not working. I love sour stuff. This is J-Dog. Sour stuff is pretty good. I do enjoy Sour Patch Kids. I never really cared that much for it before, but, you know, JJ's gotten super into them. And now I have enjoyed a fair number. To say the least. Okay, wait, what? Oh, I'm silly. I'm silly. Clayton, I like all of them, really. Don't know if I have a favorite. Do you at least have a favorite taste profile? That's a weird way of saying that, but, like, is there a taste that you enjoy more than anything else? You have to use plugins or a sound font. It's just something you do when you're making music, and this kind of software is really made for power users. That makes sense. All we want is the performances that we have saved on the keyboard to be put into an MP3 file so it can be easily shared. And right now, I'm thinking the best way to do that is to, like... The best way to do that would either be trying to use Audacity, which I'm not 100% sure how that would actually work, if I actually went about it the way you're supposed to, which is connecting your Yamaha keyboard to the computer via USB and setting that as the input in Audacity, but I don't know how that would actually work. And then the other way would be, you know, quick, dirty, and probably not great, but probably better than what we are doing right now, which is taking a sound recording of the speaker of the keyboard. But yeah, connecting the headphone jack of the keyboard to the microphone jack of the computer. I know it's not line in and line out, but similar idea. And then just playing back the performance in Audacity and recording it that way. Audacity would just read MIDI again. Can't you record directly outside of the line out of the keyboard? Yeah, that thing that I was just saying, that's pretty much what I was hoping. Kind of picky with what candy I like, but I do love Kit Kats and Skittles. Ooh, Skittles. Audacity, I just read that. Clayton, kind of like the semi-sweet stuff, not too sweet, not too sugary, and a nice balance. Those fruit gummies really hit the spot. I do love fruit gummies. Don't try with USB then. USB only carries MIDI data. Ah! I like the fruit gummies, like the fruit gummy snacks. Yeah. Like the Welch's gummy snacks stuff, or the Mott's, or whatever. Well, anyway, LP, that is helpful, thank you. J-Dog will say, thanks for finding amusement in the meme I sent today. I was kind of like, what would Jeff think of this? But I decided, what the heck, we gotta laugh at ourselves once in a while. I'm pretty good at laughing at myself, honestly. I mean, I've been on the internet, or I've been making content on the internet for like 11 years now. I should be pretty good at laughing at myself by this point. I have no dignity left. Clayton, my favorite food so far is probably homemade bread. That or apples. This afternoon, made the perfect balance of the two. Apple bread. Homemade apple bread. When I described the recipe to one of my friends at one point, he's like, that sounds more like apple pound cake. And he's right. It was, it's like 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of apples, 2 eggs, half a cup of vegetable oil, like half a teaspoon, or no, 1 teaspoon of, vanilla extract. Oh, give me that. Some salt, some cinnamon, depending on how much cinnamon you like. I put in a decent chunk, like a heaping teaspoon, versus the recipe calls for half a teaspoon. And yeah, super delicious, and I love it. I used the apples that we got when we were apple picking a couple weeks ago. No, I was right there! I'm back. What's this recipe? I meal prepped this week. It is homemade apple bread solar flare. And it's super yummy. So close, says LP. I don't think I could have gotten much closer. That's always the worst, lol. I really don't like the mole transformation. Dude, I'm pressing up! Okay, anyway. Jeez, I hate the mole transformation. It is absolutely my least favorite in any Yoshi game, which is unfortunately like most of them. Let's see. Well, okay, Yoshi's Island DS have them. Yoshi's Woolly World has them. Actually, now that I think of it, I guess the other ones don't, do they? So that's not even most of them. It's a decent chunk, but it's not most. It's like roughly half. Don't mind my mind, or my brain, like, trying to process the whole mole thing. Jeff, you suck and doesn't help. It wasn't that bad. There's just not that much margin of error. I made 400 calorie, 53 gram protein burritos. Amazing macros. Delicious, too. That sounds delicious. I love burritos. My week was definitely something. I read a 1,300 page ebook. 1,300 pages? In a week? That's crazy. My nerves are racking, says Trip Nova. Understandable. The PDF specification. What? Yoshi's New Island has some goated transformations, obviously expected from a pure flawless game, says J-Dog. I actually kind of like the transformations in Yoshi's New Island. Like, unironically, I enjoy them. I wish they weren't gyro, but that's not a deal breaker. You mix cream cheese and low-fat cheese in with the beef, then make a low-calorie queso. Fat-free cheese has a low-calorie queso. Fat-free cheese has tons of protein, and it only tastes a little like cardboard. No, that's great. Awesome. Sounds delicious. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey! Wait. Okay, I got everything. Nice. I was tasked with generating PDFs from scratch in C. That sucks. What problem does that solve, though? I have to ask. Clayton, I don't really have much of a sweet tooth. My brother, on the other hand... Oh, I have an enormous sweet tooth. My sweet tooth is kind of out of control. I have to cut 5 more pounds for wrestling. It's no biggie. It's a solar flare. I wish I could cut 5 pounds. Well, I mean, I probably could if I were actually serious about, like, you know... Instead of just complaining about weighing a little more than I'd like to. I'm just like, eh. Like, I'll feel bad about it every once in a while and have an apple for breakfast, but that's pretty much as far as I'm willing to go. And really, I'm not that bad. Like, you saw me in person, Justin, so, like, I think you can be the judge as to whether I'm wildly out of control, overweight, or whatnot. In fact, I do remember when you first saw me at that at the Wario's sandwich restaurant. You're like, you know, you're more fit than I thought you would be. Like, what did you think it was gonna be like? I don't know, says LP. All your teeth are sweet, says Ethan. Yes, indeed. That's the problem. All of them are sweet. I've been actively losing weight, surprisingly. Haven't even felt like I've done anything, says J-Dog. Nice. Well, I mean, probably nice. Is that a good thing? Is that something that is beneficial for you, I should ask? Because when I first started in college, I lost like 10 pounds. But it was not healthy because I just didn't give myself time to eat because I was studying too much. My first semester in college, I had 19 credit hours. And for engineering, that's a lot. It's in fact, you're not even supposed to go over 18 hours of credit hours in a normal semester. Like, you have to have special permission to have over 18 credit hours, at least at the college I was going to. And they told us in the orientation program that, like, you're expected to for every credit hour that you have of classes and like labs and stuff, you're expected to put 3 hours in outside of class doing like homework, studying, and what have you. And most people don't listen. Most people were like, yeah, I'll do whatever. I actually did. So for the 19 hours, for the 19 credit hours of classes I had, I put in 57 hours a week into studying, reading the textbook ahead of class, taking notes, doing the homework, writing down questions, etc. 57 hours a week outside of class. Plus the 19 credit hours of actual class I had. What's that? 76? Yeah, 76 hours a week for my college stuff. I did not give myself time to eat. And like I said, I lost 10 pounds. That was not healthy. I was already like fairly, pretty skinny. I was like 140 pounds when I started college. And at like 5'7" for like an 18-year-old guy, that's pretty skinny. And so I went down to like 130 pounds. That's not good, fam. It was ridiculous. Solar Flare says, I lost 50 pounds last year, gained 25 during growth spurt, bulked to 175, cut down to 162 where I am now, all in less than a year. That's a lot. Jeff, you didn't see me when I was at my best. That was the week I started my cut. Hey, no judgment here. But no, that's an accomplishment, Solar Flare. Well done. All I managed to do was draw a super stretched bit of text in a rectangle that clips out of page bounds. What, from 5'7", 186 to 5'10", 135 in 3 months, then was 155, 6 foot, then 175, 6 foot now, still 6 foot, and 162. That's quite the weight journey, friend. J-Dog says, yeah, it is a good thing. Believe me, I love food. I think it's due to our house's food and my better walking habits. I think I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Wow. I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Info about Clayton that I have not, that I have to constantly remind myself. He is not a cinnamon roll. He is not a cinnamon roll. What he is more akin to an exhausted middle-aged man who was born yesterday. Read the even more in-depth part? The even more in-depth part? I thought I read all your stuff aside from the, aside from you talking to J-Dog. I thought it was Sunday until like 5 minutes ago. It's a solar flare? Oof. The number N from earlier keeps increasing, by the way. Love that. I love that the number N can just, or the letter, or the number N can just be any number between, you know, 1 and positive infinity. I do love that. And as an engineer, I am very familiar with the concept of using N as, in such a manner. Meant with having the heights. I did read that one. That was quite the weight and height journey. Over just the course of a year, that's ridiculous. I never had a growth spurt like that. Mine was a slow burn, and I ended up being short at the end of it, so yay. Like, I literally don't know what growing pains feel like. Gaining 3 inches but losing 5 pounds was strange. My dad said it made sense because if your body is in a deficit and grows, it stretches your fat across the new inches grown, losing fat, basically. Yeah, makes sense to me. And is also the name of a major Pokemon character who happens to like math. There you go. I'm gonna be 6'1" to 6'4", probably not 6'4", but that's the max, the solar flare. Well, there you go. You're already above the average by a decent margin. The average for an American male is 5'9", by the way. In case you were curious. 6'7"? Ah! No, he's above the average height. He's 6 foot now. Goonies. They're called Goonies. Yes, they are. They are called Goonies. Thank you for noticing. You get a gem from, or a stamp patch from killing the, oh my goodness, frame drops. From killing the Koopas? Oh boy. How many am I missing? It's ridiculous. And the Shy Guys! Don't miss anything, I guess. As I miss stuff. Ugh. These are fun, but they're stressful. I hope I didn't miss anything. 6'7", haha, so funny, I can feel myself laughing. I'm pretty shredded right now, says Solar Flare. Very nice. You've worked hard for it, so enjoy it. Okay, I still don't know what 6'7" is, says LP. I don't think anyone does. It's just like a lyric that some rapper used, and now everybody thinks it's hilarious. The poor man's Cuphead? I would say the rich man's Cuphead, because Cuphead was like 20 bucks. Yoshi's Woolly World was 50. 6'7" is just 6'9" 2.0. I'll explain it, Jeff, don't worry. Internet moment. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much just internet moment. That pretty much perfectly describes it. Blues Cat says, I'm not really fat. I'm middleweight and stocky like Mario. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself fat either. I'm like 15 pounds over the overweight compared to the BMI, which I'm pretty sure we all know that BMI is just silly. If you could, that'd be great. Yeah, so like according to the BMI index, I'm like 15 pounds overweight. But I have a decent amount of muscle. I'm like a 31-year-old guy, so, and I have children, so I'm not gonna kid myself. Of course some of it is fat. But, I don't think it's that bad. So, I'm pretty happy with my weight. I'm like 172. I think that's acceptable enough. So I'm not being too hard on myself. Okay. Solar Flare explains, rap lyric artist claimed it made no sense. Someone made a sports edit, clip of sports player with music in the back. How tall is a LaMelo Ball? 6'7", cuts to song. Corny edit. People made fun of it, made cornier edits. 6'7" becomes trend in TikTok and basketball community. Kid at basketball game screen 6'7" becomes meme. BMI is finally normal. Well, Wii Fit doesn't hate me. I no longer have Wii Fit. I sold it on eBay, which was a mistake because I ended up making like 10 bucks. Because shipping is insane. Oh no, missed one, says LP. I bet it's in that, that side-scrolling... Well, all of this is side-scrolling. What am I talking about? The transformation section. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Gotta go. I'll be back. Okay. Jeff, the stamp. I know. I'm working on it. I'll get it. I'm fairly certain that it's in that section, though. So I'm gonna go in without a badge. I'm gonna try this again. I want bread, says Clayton. I can relate. We're working for our lives while some kid is set for life just for saying 6'7". I'm in a slightly goofy way. I mean, how much does that kid really get in royalties? You know, like I doubt that he owns any of that. Like, he didn't make the videos or post them, I'd be willing to wager. And if he did, well, you know, then he might get a couple $100 off ad revenue. Definitely not set for life. Or maybe even a couple thousand. Even that's not life-changing. Remember, the general rule of thumb for, yeah, the general rule of thumb is that for every 1,000 views you get in, as a YouTube partner, you get about $5 from ad revenue. So, if he had a million views, that's like 5,000 bucks. Which, you know, that's a good chunk of change. I wouldn't complain about getting 5,000 bucks. It's not life-changing. He's certainly not set for life. I know I got all that. Wouldn't complain if I was handed 1,000 for saying 2 digits, though. Oh yeah, I know. Wouldn't be set for life, but yeah, I wouldn't be complaining either. It's not even college money, says Aurora. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Not even back when I was in college. I don't know how expensive it is now, but it's certainly more than it used to be. Yeah, I'm willing to wager that, or I would be willing to wager that the stamp gem is somewhere in here. I'm not actually going to wager, though. Don't be silly. Don't kid yourself. Hey, there it is. Well, if I had wagered on it, then yeah, I would have come out ahead. Maybe your grandparents' college money. Yeah, exactly. And even back then, it probably would have been only for, like, a community college. Well, there it is. I was right. It was in that section, which is very frustrating. But at least, it was quick and easy to find. As someone who doesn't really know LeBron James but knows his name, how would you react if you see him in real life? LeBron James? I don't know. I don't really know how I would react. There's a chance I might recognize him. But even then, I'd just be like, oh, cool, it's that guy. He's tall. See, it's a good question. LP says, I mean, realistically, I'm an ape getting paid in paper chunks for smashing my fingers on the keyboard. Yeah, but at least you're using your brain. Let's say you do, and he goes, hi, I'm LeBron. I'd be like, oh, cool. Really cool that I'm meeting a celebrity. I don't know. Like, I probably wouldn't have as big a reaction as, like, a basketball fan would. Like, begging to get his autograph or whatever. No, I didn't want that! No! I meant to click on no badges. Whatever, this might actually come in handy here. Welcome to the stream, Nick. How's it going? Only celebrity I've met is Arnold. I haven't really met any celebrities, but I have met the Game Grumps. I even have a copy of Mega Man Anniversary Collection on GameCube signed by both of them. That was a really cool experience. Like, I think more than any like actual celebrities, I am more interested in meeting the YouTubers that I like to watch. Honestly, like yeah. I don't really know how else to say that. I have more interest in meeting the YouTubers I like watching than I would have any interest in meeting actual celebrities. Probably because, you know, I feel like I have more in common with the YouTubers. Even if, you know, I don't know, like we're completely different social statuses, but, you know, it's still closer than the celebrities are to me, I'll be honest. And don't worry, Arlo said my name in chat. Jeff probably. I will be honest, I got pretty excited when Arlo acknowledged my chat. Or Spawnwave. Like, I was in a, this was probably 5 years ago, back when Animal Crossing New Horizons was, well, in its heyday, I'll say. Back when it first came out and, like, the world was blowing up. Well, the world was blowing up, but the game was also blowing up. And, I remember I posted in Spawnwave's chat, he was playing with, like, the Spawncast, which, it's like RGT85, what's the one? Jordan Fringe, and a couple others. Obviously, Spawnwave himself. You guys probably don't know who any of those guys are. It doesn't matter. And I remember him reading my comment, and he's like, you know, that's actually a good point. And I remember getting pretty excited about that, so, yeah. I'm definitely the kind of guy that gets excited when a YouTuber acknowledges my, my chat in their livestream chat. You're not wrong. Am I? I'm pretty sure most of the code I've written this past month was equal to using the mental equivalent of a jellyfish's mental capacity. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit there, LP. I really don't. Coding is not easy. Not everyone can do it. So give yourself a little credit. My goodness. The hypothetical surrounded you and not really caring about basketball. Jeff was the Yoshi Fanatic better pre or post Solar Flare arrival? Nathaniel Bandy recognizes me by name. I'm like his 7th longest tenured member. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd say that, you know, I'm probably better post Solar Flare, or my content is probably better post Solar Flare, but not necessarily just because you're here. It's because I've gotten better at this whole content creation thing, sheerly by doing it for so long. The only thing that I haven't gotten better about, in fact I've gotten probably markedly worse about, is the frequency of my uploads. It's pretty pitiful, in all honesty. Oh no. Yes! I had a feeling that that would happen. I had a feeling that they would spawn her back in. There we go. Look at that. You're a YouTuber? I thought you were just a streamer, says Aurora. Yeah, pretty much. I'm a streamer that has a couple of videos. And they're okay. They're not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but they're okay. I'm proud of them anyway. I'm definitely gonna have to replay this level for full health. Almost certainly. Popcorn platforms. You know, I never thought they looked like popcorn. But now that I'm looking at it, it kind of does look like a popcorn texture that's just stretched. That's so funny. Despite not being a fan of his recent content, meeting Peanut Butter Gamer would be a dream come true because of how much of an influence he had on my interest in being a YouTuber, says J-Dog. That's what the Game Grumps thing was for me. They were my inspiration for becoming, or for doing my own content. And, like, my early content was definitely indicative of that fact. Like, I just did Let's Plays. And that's pretty much what I do now, except it's in live stream format. Doink. Jeff, has my presence improved your life or made it worse? You know, having you guys, like, just generally all of you in my live streams has probably made my life a net, probably been an improvement, a net improvement in my life. Just because, like, you know, it brings me joy knowing that you guys get some sort of enjoyment from attending my live streams and watching my videos. So, and having more of you guys just makes that, you know, that feeling stronger, I guess. So I would say it's been a net positive. They are sponge. They don't look like popcorn to me. Like I said, it kind of looks like they just took a popcorn texture and stretched it across, but yeah, no, there's a level that's called Sponge Cave Spelunking, and I'm pretty sure that, like Plush and, my like Plush said, and Extreme Wreck, welcome to the stream by the way, Extreme Wreck, they are sponges, based on the name of that level, Sponge Cave Spelunking. They're SpongeBob's. I'm going down the route of being a cartoon/artist YouTuber like Gooseworks, Zach Haddle, and She Who Shall Not Be Named, says J-Dog. Okay, I don't know who any of that is. Who do you like the best here? Who did you vote for? Thoughts on polarizing topic? Yeah, they are clearly sponges. No comment, Solar Flare. No comment. What I am hoping is that there's a health cloud somewhere. But even that probably wouldn't bring me to full health. Yeah, no, it wouldn't. I'm gonna have to replay the level anyway. Which is fine. Like, I'll just be replaying it for the health. I just wanted to see if there was anything down here. I'm the best because I say so, says DB. Blatant cheating, says LP. Nintendo killed many SpongeBob clones to make the Sponge Cave. Oh no. They should have in the credits, they should come clean. Were there any SpongeBobs that were harmed in the making of this game? Happy first day of November, by the way. Happy first day of November to all of you in the Eastern time zone or later. November already, that's ridiculous. Herf, are you still trying to get in my way? How rude. Hey, Miss Cluck, get over here. Did I get everything else, by the way? I wasn't really paying attention to that part. Probably should be. I missed 17 beads. How did I do that? How did I miss 17 beads? What? There you go. Man, this year's been going by quick, and it doesn't get slower, friend. Jeff, I want to lie down, but I also want to chat. Aren't you on your smartphone? Could you not do two things at the same time? Or by lie down, do you mean do you want to go to sleep? Either way, do what you feel is best. I've always said that real life stuff comes before these streams. Dude, you missed 3. You have 17. Did I say I missed 17? I missed 3. I'm sorry. That's so funny. They used to credit Koji Kondo, so that kind of sucks. Wait, huh? Nintendo can't even credit their composers, so no way they'd admit to that crime. It's admission by them not saying anything. Dude, I was scared this morning. Last night's dream was so unrealistic, but had such a realistic ending of my friend literally ruining his life in front of me, says Solar Flare. I fell asleep during here once. It was during the end of this Just Talking stream. The Just Chatting stream was so much fun. I kind of want to do another one, honestly. I'm sorry that you had that experience with that dream, though. That sucks. It's okay to fall asleep during the stream. I do all the time, says Aurora. And I can't blame you. It is very late. It's kind of a surprise that I don't fall asleep midway through a stream. Please do voice chat interviews. This is an interesting idea. And look at that. 25 minutes with certain people. That could be fun, honestly. Also, what happened to all the square pants and Krusty Krab hats? Huh? I have no idea. Ooh, I'd love to be in VC, says Drip Nova. Yeah, that could be fun. I should be in bed right now, says Mr. Face. Me too. I mean, tomorrow's Saturday, so realistically I could sleep in, but my kids wake up at 8:30 regardless, so I have to wake up anyway. Woolet Bill! Yes, Woolet Bill. And we will get to Woolet Bill shortly. But right now, we need to find those 17 stamp beads. Stamp patches. They're officially called stamp patches. Love that idea, says J-Dog. That could be a lot of fun. I don't like people being sorry for me. It makes small things seem bigger deals and makes me seem like a gay little victim, says Solar Flare. Oh my goodness. That's kind of an overreaction. I think you should accept people's sympathy. It's usually a polite gesture. Not meant to belittle or imply anything. Today is Saturday, says Mr. Face. Right. Technically, today is Saturday, yes. Wait. Oh, no, okay. I got those. And it didn't matter, there was no stamp patches. I've always hated it, though. It just feels weird. It's a Solar Flare. I think I've had that, like, in the past, I've absolutely had that feeling being the center of attention. And I've kind of, like, gotten used to it in the live streams. I think I feel less weird about it because, realistically, it's not a huge crowd, and I've been doing it for so long. Yeah, I already got that, but may as well grab it. But yeah, like, when people sing happy birthday to me at a birthday party, and I'm kind of just standing there like, it's my birthday. Like, ladies, calm down, it's a Solar Flare. This level of aesthetic reminds me of Little Big Planet, but also Crash Bandicoot, says Extreme Wreck. That is an interesting combination. That is an interesting combination, I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely love everything about the Woolet Bill so much, says TV. I have to say, so do I. I love Little Big Planet, says Drip Nova. Don't worry, we know. Yeah. Doink. Doink. Okay. Like, that's like the Walter White birthday scene. It's in the first episode. It's the most funny but awkward scene. Yeah, no, that's me IRL. Like, when people sing happy birthday to me, I'm just like, yeah, yep, it's my birthday, you can stop singing now. In class, I tend to joke a little, so I'm gonna give some highlights. Okay, by all means, I guess. Murder eggshell chickens. That's exactly what they are. Those chickens keep reminding me of Alfred Chicken and Mort the Chicken. Alfred Chicken? It makes me think of Chicken Alfredo. I don't know why they did that. KFC murder chickens. I once said, "Ladies, calm down," to the whole class when someone used me as an example in Italian class. And I vilify my teacher. Asked what was the best first day. What the best first day would be? Haunted house or apple picking? I said, "I can do both, ladies." He said, "Guys, Justin's thirsty. Stop being thirsty, Justin." I had a in biology. Okay, there you go. I had a hard time reading that one. Okay. That's a lot of typos. In biology, my teacher asked what the best first date would be. Haunted house or apple picking? Okay, now that makes more sense. Thank you. Why are the shells so big, though? Says Aurora. You know, that's an excellent question. Oh, please don't. Don't you do this to me. Are you kidding me? Did you see that? What BS? Why would I have even jumped here? You have a hard time reading anything even if there's no typos. It's a solar flare. You're not wrong. I mean, my brain kind of turns off at like 10 o'clock these days. So... Oh no! Oh no! I can still do this. I can still make it work. So I swear, Jeff. I swear. Is that not what you meant? I'm sorry. Speaking of, says TV. Yeah, right when I said my brain turns off right around 10, I ground pound into a bottomless pit. So, yeah. Exhibit A. Ah! Here's the SpongeBob's again. Just like how you missed it in your initial streams. Clayton, I don't know when I want to celebrate my birthday. Should I celebrate when my bro was born since we're twins? Or should I celebrate when my physical body was made? Wait, $1 billion idea. 2 birthdays, there you go. Heck yeah. I don't know what you would call them, like birthday 1 and 2 sounds a little boring. Evil SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Love it. Double the gifts, but double the singing. An introvert's worst nightmare. Again, why would I even jump there? Why was that hidden there? I mean, I guess it's reasonable that you could maybe jump over the murder shell chicken things. I guess that's... It's not reasonable. Why would you hide something there? Reread it. Evil SpongeBob. What do you mean? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What is going on? Welcome to November, says Blue's Cat. Yes, welcome to November. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild that it's already November. There we go. I don't have to collect everything. I really don't. All I have to do at this point is just mad dash to the end of the level, and I'll be fine. You know what? Why don't we just go ahead and do that now? Jeff, I have a joke. Oh boy. Yeah, right when I said my brain turns off right around 10, I ground pound into a bottomless pit. Jeff 2025, says Ethan. Fantastic. It's been a while since we've had Ethan record a Jeff quote. That's fantastic. SpongeBob and SpongeBob are wholly different creatures. SpongeBob is an SCP. Okay. I know what SCP is. But I'm not familiar with that one. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Okay. Okay, I must keep this Woolet Bill alive. Not you. You I don't need to keep alive. So I'll not pressure myself. SpongeBob, even my brain turns off combined with my messed up Tennessean English. Says Extreme Wreck. I just rewatched your ground pounding into the bottomless pit. It was hilarious. Didn't feel very hilarious, but I can understand you enjoying it. Oh, Plush, I get it. It says SpongeBob, not SpongeBob, because it get it? Because the character's name is SpongeBob, but you actually spelled it SpongeBob. SpongeBob, the cartoon character we all know and love, has a new name. Keep saying SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. Okay. Hey, Miss Click, get over here. I still don't get it. Other than it being a whole, like, SCP thing or whatever. And even that, I'm like, okay. Just the One Punch Man face. Okay. Okay, here I need to make sure that I don't take damage. Don't take damage, Jeff. Don't take damage. Oh, come on, are you serious? Ah! Yeah, that's what I thought. Get wrecked! Ah! Yeah, get wrecked! Ah! Why is chat going so fast today? Says LP. I don't know. I don't mind so much. But it is going pretty fast. Anyway, favorite handheld console? Mine is 3DS, says Drip Nova. You know, it probably doesn't help that I just modded mine, but I'd say my current favorite is probably my Game Boy Advance. And even when I think about it, like, oh, come on! I forgot that she does, like, 2 of those on this cycle. Ah! Whatever, it's a mad dash to the finish line again. It's fine, it's fine. 3DS, or DS with GBA support. It's a Solar Flare. I like all of them a lot, but yeah, right now it's GBA. Clock. This is Drip Nova. Yeah, I'm sure most of you have already seen this, but I'll bring it up on stream again. Like on Wednesday, I did my mod of my Game Boy Advance with the Yoshi kind of colorway. You know what? Big camera scene. Why not? Big camera scene, why not? I say to my stream deck. Okay, so I modified my Game Boy Advance on Wednesday to have the Yoshi colorway. And to have an IPS backlit screen. Yay! Oh, Jeff, I had zero idea you did that stream. I would have joined it if I knew. Posted it in the Discord. That's where I normally post it. But that's okay. You basically missed 3 hours of me, like, having to, you know, like, freaking out and, like, not being confident at all. And then getting to the 2-hour mark, turning it on and it not working, and then spending another hour troubleshooting it. But the end result was totally worth it. Hooray! So yeah, this is probably my current favorite. But I love my 3DS. When it worked, I loved my DS Lite. I loved my GBA SP, and that's borked now. I broke it trying to fix the R button. Love my Game Boy Color. I just really like all of them. It's hard to pick a favorite. But the one I spent the most time with was probably my Game Boy Advance. Back to the action. Back to the action, Stream Deck! College is killing me, bro, says Drip Nova. That stinks, I'm sorry. It has been written in the awe-inspiring book of the quotes of Jeff. Sweet. At least you got the 17, I mean 3 stamp beads. Yeah, I'm very glad that I got the 3 stamp patches that I missed and not the 17 that I didn't miss. And now I hope I can actually get full health. And hopefully I can not be a plebeian about it this time. I am just going to focus on full health and literally nothing else. Okay. That's 6 as DV. Yeah, I know. I love that Game Boy Advance. I've been playing, I've been playing Super Mario Advance on it lately. The Game Boy Advance version of Super Mario Bros. 2. And because, like, I never played it or beat it before, like, I've beaten Super Mario Bros. 2 plenty of times, but I never played the Game Boy Advance version, and I'm playing it now. I bought it a while back at the mom and pop game shop local to my town, and like I got it and I never really played it, and I'm having fun with it. The extra collectibles really helps. But yeah, having a lot of fun with that. And it feels really nice having that GBA. Like, I for the last 2 years I've been putting off building the modded GBA. And, you know, for a long time I've like taken the GBA out, like the non-modded GBA. I've taken it out of its case every once in a while and played around with it in like direct sunlight or right under the ceiling light or my stream light setup, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to mod this. And then like 2 years passed. GBA was an interesting time, only out for 3 years before the DS dropped, but it lasted till like 2008. Yeah, it was that whole thing where they said it'll be the DS will be the third pillar, probably because they didn't want to so quickly abandon the Game Boy branding, because the Game Boy branding had been popular for a very long time. The GBA is still my all-time favorite handheld, says Mr. Face. I love the GBA. It has my first experience with Yoshi's Island. It has not one but 2 great Metroid games. It's got Link's, it's got The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. I think there's also a Game Boy Advance version of Link to the Past. And there's 4 Swords. But that's a whole different animal. It's got 4 of the all-time greatest Mario games, although, well, 3 of the all-time greatest, like, Super Mario games, but, you know, probably most frustrating versions of them, simply just because the audio and visual downgrades. It's got a lot of, and it's got Game Boy and Game Boy Color backwards compatibility. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is still my favorite Mario and Luigi game. What else? You can play all 4 numbered Wario Land games on it. Wario Land 1, 2, 3, and 4, although Wario Land 1 was just Wario Land. Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land. You can play all those games on the Game Boy Advance. Advance Wars, if you're into that kind of thing, which I know a couple of you are. It really did have a lot of good stuff going for it, honestly. Fire Emblem. That's when Fire Emblem made its North American debut. That's exciting. I never beat Fire Emblem. Too hard. But I have it. I have Sacred Stones, and I didn't want to play it until I beat Fire Emblem, which never happened. The Legend of Zedgen, 4 forwards. You know, I love the GBA. I'm definitely dropping things more than Linus from Linus Tech Tips when I'm clearing and when I'm cleaning. I just dropped 3 stacks of 3D printing filament and the entire component box to rebuild my 3D printer. Jeepers. That is a Linus move. They should have ported Super Mario Sunshine to the 3DS instead. That would have been interesting. How would you do that? You'd probably have to bring it to the new 3DS, make it new 3DS exclusive, and then have like the whole you probably have to have like the whole ZL and ZR thing being full trigger and then L and R being half trigger sort of thing. The 3DS was cool until they started making ports of Wii U games and the lower quality really started to get to me. It's like eating at McDonald's after eating at a 5-star restaurant. It just doesn't feel the same, says J-Dog. I don't know if it's that drastic, but yeah, I totally get it. There was a streamer who had his dog's shot collar hooked up to a stream deck and got in trouble. What? I don't like that. I miss 2022 to 23 stream era. Streams haven't really changed. We just did. It's a solar flare. Yeah, I mean, you guys are all, well, a bunch of you guys are still developing teenagers and young adults. So yeah, like I haven't changed that much. Maybe I've gotten some more gray hairs. If I'm not wrong, did you already beat this with full health? No, I did not. I got hit right at the end. Wise words from Plush. Mental is hocus, health is not pocus. Mental is hocus, health not pocus. Okay. I'm listening, just not chatting as much. No problem, Solar Flare. The GBA has Eminem's Blast, the 3DS doesn't. Therefore, GBA is obviously superior, says Extreme Wreck. What does beating every level with full health even give you? Bragging rights? The flower on your profile, that's what it does. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you don't have full health, then yeah, that's what it does. Bro, I miss when I was more of a Nintendo nerd. I miss when I did YouTube and loved Wario and actually had time for stuff like that. I miss having time to make YouTube videos, but yeah, I just don't really. Like, I want to finish the Yoshi's Woolly World versus Yoshi's Island video, but I just haven't had the chance. I've owned mostly third-party GBA games. Dude, I was showing JJ all my Game Boy Advance games. I actually have pretty much all of them in here, but I don't think I'll go through them. And there were a couple that I'm just like, oh yeah, I have that game. TMNT, the game based off the 2007 movie. But Ugly Martians. I don't know why I have that, but I do. Spider-Man 3. That game wasn't great, but it exists. What else? Definitely have some bangers. The Hobbit. I have The Hobbit. I was an Advanced Wars tourist, not a real fan. That said, I am a real fan of the sister series, Battalion Wars. This is driven over. There you go. The main thing I remember about you and the Advanced Wars series, well, I guess there's two things. Your hyperfixation on Hawk, and in your review of the Reboot Camp collection on Switch, you were like reviewing it and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna gloss over the gameplay because I don't care about that as much. I'm like, what? And all the Super Mario Advance ones. The only Super Mario Advance game that I don't own yet is Super Mario World. And I'd like to get it, but I don't have it right now. Didn't fans put something like Super Mario Galaxy on the original DS? I remember there being like concept art for it, but I don't think it actually did exist. Maybe. What am I hearing? This is LP. I don't know. What was it that you heard? I'm in trade school and the names of the games? Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of games that I just... Third-party games. Why do I own them? I don't know. I'm in trade school and I got my certification for fundamental carpentry. I'm in intermediate now. Hey, that's awesome, Blues Cat. Carpentry is one of those valuable skills that I wish I had, but I just don't. One other game that makes the GBA superior to the 3DS is that it has Snood, or Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge, or Razor Freestyle Scooter. Don't forget gems like Elf Bowling. My goodness. Yeah, I really want to play Battalion Wars, but I can't, and emulating it sucks because I don't have a proper controller for it. It's on the Wii, right? I don't really know how emulating games or Wii games in Dolphin works. I never got a Wii remote to sync up to my computer right, and I don't know why. Yeah, Battalion Wars 2. Gotcha. I can't get a Wii remote to sync up to my computer no matter what I do. Extreme Wreck, I believe there's actually some effort in having a Super Mario Galaxy stages on DS that was based on the old hoax. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that, that Super Mario Galaxy never came out to the DS, not even like a fan project. Pretty sure it was just like concept artwork. Ah! Oh, please stop. I'm pretty sure one of those was... I'm pretty sure one of those was a stamp patch. I guess we'll see when we get to the end. Or maybe we won't. Who knows if we'll even get to the end at this point. Oh, come on! Oh, that sucks! I'd also like to try out the first game on GameCube. The gameplay itself was very, very fun, and I adore the characters, says Drip Nova. There you go. My Wii Remote synced perfectly with my Steam Deck, but never got it to work on PC. Lol. Yeah, I don't know why I can't get it to sync on PC. I did, like, everything that the website and all that said to do, and for some reason it just won't work. And like, I have a Bluetooth chip in my computer. Like, it was very important for me to... Yep, there was a stamp patch there. It was very important to me to have, oh, come on. It was very important to me to have Bluetooth support on my computer, because I love using Bluetooth headphones. And by the nature of having a Bluetooth chip, it's also a Wi-Fi chip, so my desktop computer is capable of connecting via Wi-Fi, but I figured, why bother? I'll just connect to Ethernet. Nice, Yoshi, good job. Braining. Yeah, I am not braining right now. Like I said, my brain switches off at 10 p.m. Critical miss. Yeah, that stunk. I do love this level. It probably is one of my favorite S levels. Yeah, I'd have to say it is one of my favorites. I'm not sure which one is actually my favorite, but this has got to be one of them. Also, I'm unsure if any of those were actually stamp patches. Oh no. Oh, get me there. Oh, come on! I like sniped that one. Oh, that's awful. Can I even make this work at this point? Well, not with full health, I can't. I'm still going for it. Nope, it's over. Time to abuse the heck out of the flutter jump. Unfortunate you can't get the Wii remote to sync because the Wii has a game based on space chimps. Honestly, if I want to enjoy that certified classic, I'll just use my Wii U. Okay. Oh, that almost killed the Woolet Bill again. Youch. This is LP. Yeah, man. I'm struggling a little bit on this one. I am straight up struggling a little. That's okay. That's fine. This is an S level. That sort of thing is to be expected. How did that not get those two? Whatever. Okay. That actually worked out better than last time. I'll take it. Have I missed anything? Okay, now I'm nervous about spitting out yarn balls. Like, I gotta be very careful about it. Okay, so I haven't missed anything yet. That's kind of wild. Get out of here. Did those guys damage me? I don't remember. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure they don't damage me, but I can't, like, get past them. Oh, boy. Oh, no! 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 You know, you could use that one badge. What one badge? Oh, the, oh, yeah, I guess I could have. The no worries about bottomless pits. Yeah, that was a major fumble right at the end. I was doing so well. And then I fumbled it. I fumbled the bag. The badge that you accidentally obtained in 3.8. I shall not. I shall beat this game. I shall beat this level with no badge. I shall. I will do it. Can't stop, won't stop. Nice. Oof. I'm gonna do it though. No badges is better than badges. That's the spirit. This is Extreme Wreck. I will. I will, and you can't stop me. This Wallet Bill can't stop me. The Monty Moles won't stop me. Nothing's going to stop me from beating this level sans badges. I was so close last time. Okay, not last time, but like 5 times ago. Yeah. That was not very efficient, but safe. It was safe. Okay. That also wasn't very efficient, nor was it very safe. The best of no worlds. Okay, this part is annoying. The Monty Moles are very annoying. Ah! Oh! Oh no! Something is completely broken with my energy management, and it's basically over when I start overheating. When you start overheating? You're suddenly overheating. Oh man, I'm sorry. Pure spaghetti. Well, I'm sorry that you're overheating. That stinks. I'm trying to think of, like, if there's anything abnormal that happens with me when I get too tired, other than just my brain not functioning. I feel like that's a pretty big symptom. I mean, I fake it till I can't make it anymore. But, yeah. Like, spontaneously falling asleep on the couch? Okay, not spontaneously, but... After the stream on Wednesday, I did take a nap on the couch. I will admit. So it wasn't like spontaneously falling asleep, but I'll pretty easily fall asleep when I'm too tired. Not sure exactly where I was going with that. Okay. Whoa. Stop it! Okay, you know what? If I have to play this level again to get full health, whatever. Stinking Monty moles, I hate them. Nice job. I have 3 boosting periods where I basically have so much energy I stay awake for 30 plus hours and hyper focus like crazy. I have these boosting periods where I basically have so much energy I stay awake for 30 plus hours and hyper focus like crazy. I don't have that. I am a tired parent. I have 2 modes, tired and asleep. Those are my 2 modes. That's, the more I think about it, the more funny that is because it's just true. I have 2 modes as a parent, tired and asleep. Again, the more I think about it, the funnier it gets. Come on. Sniped again. Well, see, it's either this crazy hyper focus or no focus at all 100% EP, which is my default state. Why am I struggling with this level so much? Maybe I should hyper focus like crazy. Although, per my previous statements, that may not be possible. I literally almost just killed the Wallet Bill again. These Monty moles are super annoying. I really don't like them. It does feel weird to not have any lives, says Mr. Face. It does. But that's kind of just how good feels Yoshi games are. Like, you go from Yoshi's Story and Yoshi Topsy-Turvy being so stingy with the extra lives to Good Feel, where it's like, if you die, big deal. Okay. Oh, that was probably a dumb idea. I could probably use some yarn balls right now. Hey. Asking you shall receive. May as well just keep that. There we go. Got everything except for full health. I have 2 modes, tired and asleep. Jeff 2025, let's go. More good quotes, let's go. You may be struggling because of the auto-scrolling and the amount of detail in the graphics. I have a feeling that the amount of detail in the graphics is not what's making me struggle. Auto-scrolling is never fun. Yay! I do need to get full health, though. In Yoshi games, you don't need any lives. The Yoshi 101 trailer for Yoshi's Crafted World. Oh, true. I forgot about that. That was a fun trailer, though. I honestly liked it. To be fair, the detail in the graphics isn't as annoyingly distracting as, say, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, which looks claustrophobic in inside areas as opposed to the original PS1 trilogy. It looks claustrophobic? I never got that. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if I've even heard that. That is an interesting take. I love the Reignited Trilogy so much. J-Dog says, I feel like I have ADHD. I focus on stuff for a little bit and then just walk off constantly and occupy myself with everything else. Sitting still at home is nearly impossible. I mean, it's nearly impossible for me too, but for different reasons. It's because I have 3 screaming children. Okay, and to be fair, they don't scream all the time. Just every waking moment. Again, I'm joking. That's not true. My kids, I have good kids, but they certainly have their moments. Guys, we're getting the palette swap, and I don't care who knows it. But of course, that means we gotta go get the gamepad. I'll be right back. And before you ask, yes, I do already have the Yoshi amiibo at my desk. Graphics is why I struggle on Geometry Dash. Here it's fine in my opinion though. Oh, me too. Yeah, like, I mean, I haven't played Geometry Dash, but, yeah, no, the graphics here are fine. It doesn't bother me at all. Okay, let's go, like, look, I love graphic details in video games, but sometimes it's too much, and the 7th generation era is where it got out of hand. 7th generation. Isn't that the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii? No. Yes. Yes, I believe it is. Okay, change color. I want the orange one. Ah, overwrite. I want the orange one. The amiibo's always at a grabbing distance in case of emergency. That's right, DV, that's right. Alright, let's go do the double Yoshi Explosion. You know what needs to be done. Hyper-realistic AAA games especially, alongside how soulless they can be because of the hyper-realism. You know, being on Nintendo consoles and playing mostly Nintendo games, I feel like I've been pretty spoiled and kept away from a lot of the badness of the gaming industry. Like, the Nintendo games tend to be pretty good. Like, in terms of, you know, avoiding all the pitfalls of AAA slop and, you know, free-to-play games for the most part, and all that sort of stuff. There have certainly been things. Nintendo games are not perfect, obviously. It's not like they're amazing in every way or anything, but I do feel like they do avoid a lot of the pitfalls that other games in the industry do. So, yeah. Like, I'm aware of those things, but I don't have a lot of personal experience with them, I guess. I have bad attention issues if I'm not hyper-focusing. They get so bad, back when I still had paper exams, I'd often just return an empty page. Whoa. I'm sorry. I love that special level Yoshi skins are based on consoles, and I love how it goes backwards in order in each world. Yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly. I feel like on the 3DS, it was a missed opportunity to make them the handheld consoles, though. I don't really know how you would do that, but I feel like it was a missed opportunity. Make it Switch, 3DS. You need 6. So Switch, 3DS, DS, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy DMG. Or put the Virtual Boy in there in place of the Game Boy Color, I guess. That's the thing. Nintendo has gone real greedy starting around the Switch 2 era, but even that is still far better compared to the horrors of EA, Activision, SCEA, and Ubisoft. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, the worst thing that I have to complain about Nintendo games is the fact that, like, a few of them are $80. And game key cards. I hate game key cards. But if those are the biggest things I'm complaining about, like, I don't know, like, relatively, I've got it pretty good. Oh my goodness, he looks like a V-Smile. It's all coming together, Jeff. We talked about it last stream. You're right, we did. Hyper-realistic AAA games especially, alongside how... Oh, I'm sorry, I read that already. Basically, I have two states. Either I do a day's worth of work in a month, or I do a month worth of work in a single day. Oof. That's tough not to have a middle ground. If anything, they've gotten really greedy around mid-Switch 1 era, says DV. A V-Smile? Says Bluescat. The V-Smile is, like the kid-friendly console. Similar to, like, Leapfrogs and stuff like that. Why am I even bothering? It balances out, I guess, says LP. That's like throwing two darts at the opposite ends of a dartboard and saying like, well, if you average them together, I got a bullseye. Back at it again, huh? Yeah, for the full health. I know, Jeff, I'm just saying it looks kind of odd, but cool. Oh, the V-Smile? So, I picked this costume because, well, orange GameCube is a very interesting look. And, there is an 8BitDo controller that I'm thinking about getting that is modeled off of, like, the orange GameCube look. And I thought to myself, like, I was just gonna get the SNES colored one. But then I thought to myself, I don't have any orange controllers. That could be really cool to have something like that. It's got a lot of character, if nothing else. So, yeah, that's part of the reason that you know what? Here, I'll show you the one I'm looking at. Just because. Just because I'd really like to get it. Oh, look at that. Amazon's already Christmas colors. It hits 1 a.m. here in the Eastern Time Zone. And they decide, look at that. It's Christmas time, baby. Alright, PC screen. Here it is. It is the 8BitDo Pro 3 Bluetooth controller. So, I already have an 8BitDo Ultimate controller for like Xbox style layouts. But I play a lot of 2D games, and I'm thinking, like, this one is nice. I love the Super Nintendo format of it, but this one is starting to show its age. The battery life doesn't hold up as well anymore. But, well, okay. That's pretty much the only problem with it, and I could probably just get a new battery to put in there. But it's also not super ergonomic. I thought it would be nice to have one like this. And, yeah, I really like the orange look. I think it looks really unique. So I'd have a lot of fun having a controller like this. I think that's the next one I want to buy. Maybe even for this Black Friday. Back to the action. Amazon hates Thanksgiving confirmed. One dart is triple 20, one dart is on the ceiling. Amazon hates Thanksgiving confirmed. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You know, with Amazon selling groceries... Does Amazon sell groceries? Source, trust me, bro. I tried a thing and it was dumb. So let's try again. Honestly, I think I would love to have that controller for when I return to Hollow Knight Silksong. Like, I've been playing Hollow Knight Silksong on this controller, but, it would be nice to have one where the D-pad is on top, in the more prominent position. And I don't really want to use my Super Nintendo controller for Hollow Knight Silksong. I mean, I suppose I could. I did for the original Hollow Knight, but I didn't enjoy it that much. I want to see if I can get everything. I mean, if I can't, no big deal. But I think I can do it. It's not going to be a focus. Pro tip, avoid the moles. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure that I would have figured that one out on my own, friend. Ugh. Okay. Why not? Whoa. Oh, I missed him. I missed a yarn bundle. Whatever. At this point, I guess I don't really care. I'm not even gonna go for that one. I don't want to give up the full health just for getting a yarn bundle that I already got. I don't think I like the original GameCube, says J-Dog. Or, sorry, the orange GameCube. Okay. Mainly because the indigo look the GameCube has fits the vibe for the console was going for. Orange feels unfitting. And I'm one of those, it has to be a certain way people. I'm not. I mean, I think the orange GameCube looks pretty cool. But, in one way, I think I can understand it because I kind of feel that way about the N64. With its, like, translucent colors and all that. And I'm just like, I just gotta have the black one, you know? Like, the N64 is pretty much the only one I'm like, it has to be this certain way. Even the Super Nintendo, I guess. Like, the white and, or the, yeah, like, the light gray and purple is kind of just an iconic look for me. I had a silver GameCube, says LP. That's pretty cool, too. Extreme Rex says, pro tip, beat up Windy Pete. Green GameCube. I have a black GameCube. And I've played it, like, a few times. Hey, everything's free. You know, that's a perfect opportunity to go back to, level 2-7. 2-7? Yeah, 2-7. And, try and find the last 2 stamp patches that I'm missing. So let's do it. The only thing I'm missing is 2 stamp patches. Cyan GameCube. I would be down for a Cyan GameCube. Ah, maze level, yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really not. But once I get the 2 stamp patches, I am out. I am out. I'm outie 500. Or 5,000. Chain chomp, yomp. Hey, let me know. Let me know if you got that reference. Malachite GameCube. Never have I ever owned a GameCube in my whole entire life, says Mr. Face. Like I said in the last live stream, it's the, that was the console generation I kind of missed out on. And the one that I own now, I bought off a friend in college. And I mostly just wanted it because I never had a GameCube. MS-DOS CGA color GameCubes. Huh. Wow. Why did I do that? Again, why am I like this? Just throw the thing at the thing. The only exposure I had with the GameCube was playing at my oldest cousin's, on my oldest cousin's old GameCube as a kid. GameDube. Brown GameCube. I am starting to get the feeling you're just making these up. There's only 2 games on there being Smash Bros. Melee and Naruto fighting games, says DV. Man, GameCube had some certified classics, for sure. And I found that out later in life when I finally started playing GameCube games on my Wii. I eventually got cultured in the way of the GameCube games. At least a few of them. Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, Metroid Prime, Zelda Wind Waker, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I never really got into Smash Bros. Melee or Mario Kart Double Dash. Never really got into those because I'm primarily a single player gamer. Not even Madagascar. No, that's just me mistyping. Game Doob. Ah, don't! I hate how we have a memory card with a save on Twilight Princess, but the game disc has been completely lost somewhere. Oh, that sucks. It makes me think, by the way, I know I've mentioned on Livestream before that a while ago my kids lost my copy. Wait, are you kidding me? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't. Are you kidding me? Alright. My kids lost my copy of Zelda Link's Awakening a while ago, and I never replaced it. Well, I finally got up the gumption to go ahead and replace it. As punishment for losing that game, I did use some of their discretionary funds to buy myself a new copy. So I did find a used copy on eBay for like 30 bucks. So it really isn't that bad. They've still got a decent chunk of discretionary funding saved away. Wait, did I even get the key? I don't think I did. But yeah, that I did finally decide to replace it. You left the key! GameDube sounds like a Texas streamer. The key calls you. How can I leave the key behind? I'm like, how do I only have 2 keys? Well, I found out. You went out of the door as the key spawned. I'm like, yay, I solved the puzzle! Left the key completely in the dust. Like, see ya, key. Who needs you? I don't, apparently. That's so funny. You know what? Let's go this way. Boink. Okay, I don't even care. I don't even care. It is only the two stamp patches that I found already that I care about. Who needs keys anyway? Just yeet yarn balls at the door until it opens or something. Yeah, right? I'm sure that'll work. I don't know why I felt the need to time that so perfectly. You know, I was hoping to make more progress than I did tonight. I was hoping to get through a decent chunk of World 4. Well, guess what's not happening again? It'll be good if I get through the fort level in World 4. And even that might not happen. I feel like Yoshi's Woolly World just takes me longer than I always think it will. I think just because I've played the game dozens of times at this point, or at least a dozen, that I can play it quickly and more efficiently. Obviously, that's not actually the case. Okay, fine. Fine, you win. You win, Gravity. You will technically go forwards with enough gas, just not in a conventional way. Oh, who needs keys anyway? Just, yeah. No tires, just gas, S-Line. Yeah, just put it in neutral and push it. Sorry, I was gone. I was out, I was writing out Clay's lore. It's a lot, massive paragraphs. Don't feel like repeating it. Fair enough. Look how many invisible clouds there are that I don't care about. Newton won the argument. He certainly did. Well done, Newton. Did I miss a door? Truly, I am not being extremely observant. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's right. Because why not? The way forward, obviously, is in an invisible door. Why would it be anywhere else? This level just super annoys me. Why did they feel the need to put everything in invisible item clouds? Why? Whenever I hear Newton, I always think of Newton Pud, the stupid little light bulb guy from Little Big Planet 3. That's funny. That was pretty clean. Man. That was pretty clean too. What gives? I'm getting all the beads and the stamp patches this time around. His name is Newton Pud. I love that. Whenever I hear Newton, well, obviously the first thing I think of is Sir Isaac Newton, being the nerd that I am. But the second thing I think of is absolutely Fig Newtons. Whatever. That's just the thing. What kind of last name is Pud? I love it though, it's funny. That sounds sort of like what happened in Cars beginning sequence. Yeah, why not? Give me the Jemmy Gems. Give me the Jemmy Gems. I started working on my Minecraft Computer Craft OS again. Your Minecraft Computer Craft? Is that one of those things where you use redstone to build a working computer? I like redstone, but I don't think I like it that much. No, it's the mod with computers. Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with that. Greatest aiming, says Mr. Face. It was pretty good, honestly. The one where I put the chat on the screen, remember? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Whenever I hear computer craft, worldless. Whenever I hear computer craft, I think of like the computers that people build in Minecraft with redstone. So yeah. Okay, time to go to World 4. I'm gonna go to bed, says Mr. Face. I probably should too. But, you know, it's a good idea that you are. So, have yourself a good week, Mr. Face. Hopefully, we'll see you again next time. Monkeying round and round. What would be nice is if I could get through Sunset at Curtain Falls. I love Sunset at Curtain Falls. Hey, I technically have the knowledge to make a Minecraft computer, just not the attention span, lol. It takes a very special breed to have the attention span to build a Minecraft computer, honestly. I really like World 4, says J-Dog. Jungle themes are never my favorite. But, you know, there are no worlds in Yoshi's Woolly World that I dislike. Like, honestly, I really do like all of them. Even World 6, that gets to feel a little bit uninspired at parts, especially the Yoshi costumes. Like, I still love them. This is one of those silly, dumb, secrets I don't like. I also really don't like level 4-4. I really hate the water fort. I really hate it. That one, I think I probably will just go ahead and use a badge for looking for all the hidden stuff, because that level takes so darn long if you don't do it right. If you don't find everything the first time or two. Like in my playthrough of the game for the Yoshi's Island versus Yoshi's Woolly World video, it took me 30 minutes on just that one level to find everything. That is unbearable in terms of Yoshi levels. World 4-4, jungle not found. Hey, the year 2019 says hello again to me. An entire year, you guys. What's going on, 2019? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Did you enjoy the trick-or-treating earlier? Other than having to push Nathaniel around in the stroller to keep him occupied for the entire time, I had a good time. Well, to be honest, computers are not that hard to make, even from scratch. It's just that doing it in Turing completely is way less tedious than in Minecraft because it was intended. True. That makes sense to me. Okay, that's silly. John 2019-9. World 4-1 is about Monkey Mischief, which is also the title of a Wii shovelware game. Oh no. That sounds like really bad shovelware. The monkeys in Yoshi's Island are more normal sounding compared to the absurd noises of Monkey Mischief on Wii. I love this first stage. The vibes, the music, the background using yarn balls and 1-1 hills, and monkeys never cease to make me smile. I don't like monkeys personally, but no, everything else I agree with. I do love the music. I made this area really hard on myself. I'm good. I liked the trick-or-treating. I just woke up from a nap/sleeping and I'm a bit hungry, says 2019. Well, get yourself some food. We had chicken patties earlier at you guys' house. And I can't remember the last time I'd eaten a chicken patty. It was really nostalgic. Dressed mine up with some cheese, lettuce, and tomato and buffalo sauce. Pretty yummy, not gonna lie. I probably could have put a little more effort into it, but I know we were all in a hurry to get going trick-or-treating. Well, that's sad. There we go. Boink. Posted a meme in the Discord. Yoshi game monkeys are incarnations of the devil. You're not wrong. Hey, Chris! Happy Halloween, beware of job applications and tax form in front of your house. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty numb to all those things. Are you kidding me? No, don't do this to me. What? No. Where could I have missed it? Welcome to the stream, Chris. How was your Halloween? Or I forget, is today Halloween for you? I forget how the time zones work once you get past a certain point. Like, once you get to the Prime Meridian, it's all over for me. You know what? I don't think I'm finding it right now. Missed a comment. Oh, I did? I'm sorry. The problem with redstone is it's so slow, says LP. You're not wrong. It definitely is. It's not really meant for those big, complicated circuits, you know? It's for like, oh man, a chicken is standing on that fence post over there or whatever. That's what it's for. And obviously you can get carried away with it. There's a lot of awesome stuff you can do with redstone. But I don't really get that deep into it. Okay, I definitely missed something. I mean, no, duh, of course. It literally showed me that I missed something. Of course I missed something. Oh yeah, that's right. The meme in the Discord. I should check it out. Memes and stuff. What is this? It's a Newton Pud. Huh. Interesting combination of a light bulb and like a kitchen timer. Back to the action. Go up? Oh, Fig Newton. Okay. Here we go. Fig Newton. Okay, I can appreciate that. Back to the action. I see. That's a war criminal. What, Fig Newton? Or the, Newton Pud? My country doesn't celebrate Halloween much. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, how are you doing, Chris? Did I already ask that? I probably did. Don't you do it, monkey. Yes, he's committed many crimes against humanity. Wasn't the monkey from Mario 64 is also the same monkey from Yoshi's Island? I could believe it. He very much looks the same. I'm not sure if he's actually the same monkey or not, but it's possible. Okay. I don't look forward to replaying this level and trying to find out what I missed, but, you know, it's just part of it, you know? It's part of the game. Though there are a lot of people who would cosplay as a character in a mall. This is Chris. Yes, he's murdered the entire cast. This is DV. With the monkey? Whee! Basically, Newton unleashed 3 evils that he ends up getting possessed by, and then trying to terrorize the world. Huh? Like, actually? Or is that headcanon? Well, that was pretty clean. I don't know what I missed. Okay. So literally all I've missed is a flower. Not even like in a sub area or something. Well, a flower. Like, actually, that's the story of Little Big Planet 3 in a nutshell. Oh! Okay. That got surprisingly real. I've never played Little Big Planet 3, but I want to, just to give it a fair chance. This is Drip Nova. I've never played any Little Big Planet games, but I'd like to. I could get Sackboy's Big Adventure on PS4 or PS5. That could be fun. I've heard it's like a decent Super Mario 3D World clone. But probably isn't really indicative of what the Little Big Planet series is all about. Hence why it's not like a numbered entry or something. There we go. Monkey Mayhem is genuinely hilarious shovelware. Streamer Vinny got a copy that glitched the music to only play the first 5 seconds of every track in the game. The monkeys all sound like dudes screaming and grunting violently at one another. It's way funnier than it needs to be. That does sound funny. I've never finished the first Little Big Planet, but I have it since 2019. Really? I didn't know that. Maybe I'll have to borrow it from you guys. Oh my gosh, this Vine Sauce stream. Excuse me. Alright, let's do it again. This time, with the Find Everything badge. I've never played Sackboy: A Big Adventure, but I heard the story is pretty good. I probably won't check it out, mainly because it's disconnected from the rest of Little Big Planet. But it's a neat game. It's one I've looked forward to trying at some point. But I don't know if I ever will actually get around to it. Considering I have like 20 games in my backlog already that I really should get to. Not kidding. It is about 20 games in my backlog. Let's see. Do you guys want to hear all the games I have in my backlog? Just because just chatting or whatever? With Yoshi's Woolly World as an afterthought in the background? Let's see. I'm gonna pull them all up. I haven't categorized. Home. Jeff's gaming backlog. Okay. Here's all the games that I own that I still haven't played. Well, I mean, okay. I own a lot of games that I haven't played, but here's the ones I want to play at some point. On Steam, A Terra Noctis, Origami 2, Axiom Verge, Borderlands, Borderlands 2, Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, Icy, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Klonoa Reverie Collection. On Nintendo Switch, Blossom Tales, Crosscode, Hyper Light Drifter, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, Okami HD, Rayman Legends, Sonic X Shadow Generations. On PlayStation 4, the New Game Plus of Ghost of Tsushima. On PlayStation 5, Horizon Forbidden West, Returnal, and Sonic Frontiers. That is a total of 20 games in my backlog that I want to play, but I just haven't gotten around to yet. So there you go. It's a lot of games. Fairly certain I did that already, but let's go check. Oh, I know why I am overheating. I should eat breakfast. My body's just trying to use energy that isn't there at all. This is LP. Ooh, that would explain it. What are you thinking for breakfast, LP? You did, yeah, says LP. Yeah, I did read all of them on stream at one point. Well, there you go. I did it again for good measure. Although I need to add Hollow Knight Silksong to the list. Because I bought that. I also bought TMNT Shredder's Revenge, but I did beat that. That's not it. Huh. Why is this game so cute, says Dave. It says Drip Nova. It is unreasonably cute. It truly is. I don't know why I did a trick shot there. That was so unnecessary. Bacon is the greatest thing ever created, says J-Dog. I know someone who doesn't like bacon. I'm like, what? You don't like bacon? What do you mean Waffle House? I don't think that LP has, I don't think LP has Waffle House. Like, they're probably just not available in that country. France, if I remember correctly. J-Dog traitor! Bacon makes us fat. It really does. It's like 80% fat. In the words of Jim Gaffigan, bacon. You start with a pound, you end up with a bookmark. LP, oof, Waffle House is a deep southern USA thing. I've been to Waffle House once and I actually liked it. It's 6:30 a.m. for me right now, says LP. You know, after the stream, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm probably gonna grab a snack before I go to bed. Some of that apple bread that I made would probably hit the spot. Well, it would definitely hit the spot. And this, my friends, is why I am slightly overweight. Same goes for Whataburger. Yes, it's real. I've never had Whataburger. I've also never had, what is it? It's the castle one. It's the one that's like... It's the one that's shaped like, that has like a castle in the logo. What is it? I think it has white in the name. White Castle or something like that. Never had that one. Bonk. Yeah, bonk for TurboGrafx 16. Lackey-doo peekaboo. Not a big fan of this one either. Shocking you never had Whataburger considering how far spread it is in America. I don't think I have a Whataburger near me. Hang on. Oh, right. Starts with an auto-scrolling section. Yeah, the nearest one to me, the nearest Whataburger to me is in, like, Kentucky. No, not even Kentucky. Tennessee. It's the nearest one to me is in Tennessee. Actually, no. Scratch that. Virginia? West Virginia. No, Virginia. Yeah, I have no Whataburgers anywhere near me. Not even close. There's one like 2 minutes away from me. Guess it's more widespread in Texas than the entirety of America. Jefferson, what state do you live in again? New York! I live in New York State. Not the city. Somewhere in New York that is not the city. Oh, I hate that. I hate that that is a thing that I had to find. I hate that. Lackadoo-peekaboo. Yeah, that was what I thought. It says, no, I suck! It says Drip Nova. Yep, somewhere in New York that is not the city. I very specifically have to say that. I've been to New York before. Pretty cool state, not gonna lie. It is unless you live here. Okay, it's not that bad if you live here, but the taxes are pretty ridiculous. Again, something us adults fear. Tax season comes and like I just hear in the back of my head, fear. I just love the smell of fear. It's intoxicating. I'm like, I could use a little intoxication to help me get over the whole taxes thing. Clap. This is LP. Yeah, right? Again, brain turns off at 10. Don't know what to tell you. The Yoshi Fanatic, unlike Yoshi, doesn't commit tax fraud. Nope. My tax report, my tax season is usually, it's usually actually a pretty exciting time because I have enough money withheld from my, my paycheck to, you know, get a refund at the end of the year instead of having to pay back into the system. But yeah. Let's just say for me, tax season is not the scary part. It's when I look at my pay stubs and I'm like, oh, I got this much money, but 25% of it was taken out in taxes and deductions. Yippee. That's the scary part for me. So it's not tax season, it's every other waking moment. I'm one of the few deep southern YouTubers I know of, says Extreme Wreck. The other one being Stuart K. Riley. Yeah, I'm definitely not deep southern YouTubing. I'm not deep southern living either. The farthest south I've been, well, okay. It's about as south as you can get. Well, pretty close to as south as you can get. I've been to Florida a good number of times. My my family and I used to go there for the winter before I turned like 7. Like, back in those days when I was homeschooled, my dad used to get laid off at his job for the winter time. And I don't know how that works financially for us. He works at a lumber yard, so in those times in the winter, it was like a dead time of the year. It was not in demand at all. So, you know, he got laid off for the winter. And again, I don't know what the finances were like in those times. I should ask him that. Just because I'm curious at this point. But anyway, we would go south for the winter. Avoid the snow. I hope that wasn't a stamp patch. Well, there's Hawaii, says Extreme Wreck. Oh, yeah, there you go. And so we would go to Florida for the winter. And, yeah. Some of my core memories are from that. We lived in this... For like 3 months out of the year, we lived in this dingy little Airbnb sort of trailer thing. It wasn't even like a double wide or anything like that. Or, yeah, it was a small little trailer home. And I didn't care. I was like 4 or 5 in my core memories. I remember one of my core memories being that I played Miss Pac-Man on the tiny little TV that was in there. And loving it. I also remember this was one of my favorite core memories from that time era. My dad and I, in the morning, now I do remember my mom would go to work at Burger King or something like that. And in the morning, my dad watched me and my sister. And our favorite thing to do in the morning was to go out to the orange tree we had growing in our yard, pick an orange, and turn on The Price is Right on the tiny little box TV that we had, sitting at the kitchen table, splitting an orange, eating it together, and watching The Price is Right. That is among my favorite core memories from that time frame. I love those memories so much. Going on bike rides with my dad, that was a lot of fun. Man, what a good time that was. Childhood. So Jeff, outside of New York City, what does New York State have? Is it just like every other countryside, in northeast US? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the major cities of note outside of New York City are Rochester, Buffalo, Albany, and that's pretty much it. Those, like everywhere else, it's like, you know, you've got small towns, you've got big towns, you've got middle and nowhere places, you got a lot of Amish people. It's a decent amount of variety. Honestly, it's a scenic place. Upstate New York really is very scenic. It really is just like the policies and the, like, taxes and all that that really get to me. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. I've been to Rochester, says Dripnova. Yeah, the cities aren't my favorite. What in the world? My controller is like messing up. The cities really aren't my favorite. Like my experiences in Rochester, it's like, ugh, not a big fan. But yeah, like smaller towns, even some of the bigger towns. Oh, jeepers. It pretty much is like any other state with upstate portions, you know, like small cities, small towns, big towns, in between towns, really, really small towns. Like the town that I grew up in had a total of 500 people in it. Might be even less now. Well, you know what? I take that back. It's probably more now, just because like the Amish moved into the area, and well, they do be fruitful and multiply, if you know what I mean. I find it interesting how different yet similar life is where I am versus where you guys are. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I can't really say anything else. That is a sentiment that I can get behind. Also, I was really hoping that there would be like a health refilling cloud around this area. Apparently I was naive to hope for such a thing. Why am I going in there? They do be fruitful and multiply, Jeff 2025. Bro, I almost typed Jeff 2022. I remember when I made a big deal over the fact that the calendar year switched from 2022 to 2023 because I liked just being able to type 2022 without taking my finger off of any keys. 'Cause you only needed 2 keys. But no. Also, did you say what, see what Clay said? No, I didn't. Actually, more like less than 40. Oh, sorry. I prefer living in neighborhoods with like less than 100 people. Actually, more like less than 40 people. Clayton, I got my bread, by the way. Love bread. I'm gonna have some apple bread after this. Have you ever wondered why suburbs are so creepy? Are they creepy? Is it because of like the copy-paste houses? I have a feeling I missed some things in this level. I bet I did. It's nothing major that I missed, but I know I missed something. Yeah, definitely missed something. I'm not a true French. I don't have any more bread. Oh no! French bread. Suburbs aren't creepy, they're just boring, says DV. Rockin' the suburbs! And insanely dull. Insanely dull. I live in what I would call a small town. There's not a lot going on here, but there's just enough, and it's close enough to, like, you know, larger towns where there is more stuff going on that it's convenient. Jeef. That's me. Before the bread posting. Oh. Okay, give me 1 minute. I also, in the town that I live in, we have a park that's like on the lake. And it is beautiful. I love that park. I'd prefer to live in a snowy area with not a lot of people around, but not far off from a big city so I can get some resources and internet. Excuse me. Like I said, I grew up in a town of 500 people, so I really like the small town feel. Like, middle of nowhere areas. But... Hey, perfect timing. But... I also like the convenience of cities and larger towns that have, like, a Walmart, for example. So where I live now, it's like, it's very small town feel. I don't even have a sidewalk. Like, to get to a sidewalk, you have to go down the road a decent ways, like half a mile. But we're close enough, like, we're 6 minutes from a Walmart, so... It's like the best of both worlds. I also have a decent-sized yard. It's not huge. It's like a quarter-acre plot that I live on. But that's large enough to do some, like, yard game activities. I've been playing, like, you know, I've been practicing baseball with JJ, and we don't have to go to the park for that, or any of that. Like, we can just set up a few, like, bases in our yard and go to town. And we have a blast doing that. I love throwing frisbee with him. I love having campfires. Tell me that's not it. Please tell me that's not it. Why would I even think to look there? Why? I mean, like, it's in the spot that it's like, how would you miss it if you didn't jump there? I hate how dependent this game is on invisible item clouds. I really, really hate it. Because now, like, all I want to do is mad dash to the end of the level, but I can't because half of this level, or 2/3 of it, is auto-scrolling. Okay, anyway. These minigames suck, not gonna lie. The Plooch runs are so much better. You're so right. Clayton. Kinda bored, wanna engage. Jeff, got, like, any questions or whatever? Clayton. Do you guys have video games in the world of Little Big Planet? And if so, have you played any? Yeah, it's one of those sad... oh, sorry. I should probably catch up on some more comments after this. Give me a second. You know, I'm not a big fan of this peekaboo game we're playing, Lackey Twos. Okay. Over the Hedge has showcased how sad and depressing those places can be, says Extreme Wreck. Well, here's an example of a difference. Suburbs here means a totally different thing. The kinds of suburbs you guys have barely exist here. Interesting. What are your suburbs like? Like Northern Europe, Finland, or Norway seems like a viable choice, says Chris. How far up in Finland could you go? It's one of those satellites that increases your connection, right? What, huh? Did I miss a comment? Oh, ever heard of Cantenas? Clayton, of course we do. I've played a few, but I'm not big into gaming. My brother is, though. Jeef versus the annoying spiny thrower cameraman. Yeah, they were getting a little ridiculous there, not gonna lie. Clayton, just to save some time, literally anything that you dreamers have imagined, we have it in our world. Whoa. I didn't even think about that fact. Literally dream world. That makes sense. Why am I looking for those? I'm all done looking for stuff. I just want to rush to the end. That's all I want out of life. I'm joking. I don't want that out of life. I really don't. I want to have a good long life and I want to enjoy it. That made me think of that one song. I don't know what the name of it is. But I may as well sing a little excerpt since I don't remember the name of it. I'm in a hurry to get things done, oh I rush till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Don't know why. I gotta drive so fast, my car's got nothing to prove. It's not new, but it'll do 0 to 60 in 5.2. I'm in a hurry to get things done, oh I rush till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and don't know why. I don't know what the name of that song is, but me saying I just wanted to rush to the end made me think of that. Whee! Man, I'm getting really hungry at this point. I'm really looking forward to that slice of apple bread. No! I didn't even want the minigame! I didn't want it. I didn't want it. No, I didn't. Excuse me. I didn't want the bonus game. I didn't want it. You will play the minigame and you will love it. Yeah, the Poochie levels are a lot better. Though I will say of the Poochie levels, it's not like these are any better in this respect, but at least with the Poochie levels, I played them like once or twice and was like, alright, I get the idea. They're more fun, but being optional, I rarely went back and played them much. Well, here suburbs are just outer parts of big cities, really, but you rarely have the one house, one yard chain kind. They're kind of like less populated city sections. Interesting. We've got those too. I've definitely seen I've definitely seen parts of cities or suburbs that like are copy paste houses, but they're not like over the hedge type. Of course, that could just be living in upstate New York. That Oh, what am I doing? Living in upstate New York, I just don't see a lot of those. It's not a strict image compared to what it means where you are, says LP. Interesting. Clayton, dude, I haven't been able to live for like 35 years. I don't have much time left to enjoy. I'm cooked. This is Clayton. You know, that's something I didn't really think about in terms of, like, you know, clones. The decreased lifespan. That's really sad, honestly. Like, I'm thinking about the various clones in media, and, like, how truly they don't get to experience as much life as other people. At the same time, like, they have all the memories, or they have at least some of the memories from the life before being cloned and all that, right? Like, I don't know. Cloning is so weird. The idea of clones, anyway. Yeah, I never thought about that. Thank you for throwing that existential dread in my brain. There we go. The bank shot. I did it. Also, walking half a mile for a sidewalk here isn't a concept, lol. It's much less car dependent unless you're in the middle of nowhere. When you say like not having a sidewalk for half a mile isn't a thing, do you mean like you have less or much more sidewalks? I grew up in a town that had 0 sidewalks. Like literally the nearest sidewalks where I grew up were in a town 10 miles away. And the idea of not being so car dependent, I really like that idea. I wish it was practical here. I really do. Well, if you're not in the countryside, sidewalks are kind of expected everywhere. This is LP. Honestly, I feel like they should be here too. Like, Sky has often bemoaned the fact that we don't have a sidewalk where we live. And it is so much more difficult. It is so much more difficult to, get to the park, to just walk to the park. We'd love to be able to just walk to the park. But unfortunately, like, if we have to go to the park, it's not exactly safe for us to not drive there, and that sucks. We'd love to just be able to walk there. Because it's only, like, not even a mile away, I don't think, is the park that we love so much. It would be really nice to just be able to walk there. And, like, we can walk on the side of the road, but... Remember when I said that, I live in a small town that's like 6 minutes away from the nearest Walmart, and that's convenient? Well, with that convenience also means a decent amount of car traffic. Vehicular traffic, if you will. It's not exactly safe to walk on the road that we live on. Meanwhile, where I grew up, the fact that there weren't sidewalks didn't really matter much. Because, like, nobody drove on the roads. We saw maybe, like, 10 or 15 cars a day where I grew up. Here, it's like, there's 10 or 15 cars every minute. So, yeah. Not exactly analogous. Do those fish literally puke out those gems, by the way? Or those beads? I got gaslit into thinking those were called gems for so long. Clayton, decreased lifespan? I was just thinking about the fact that I'm probably only gonna have like 55 years before I croak. Now you're telling me I don't even have that much? Oh, that's not what I meant. Less years to really enjoy life, I guess, is the more correct way of saying it. Get out of here! That guy jumped so far! Wow, I really launched that monkey. Okay, good, I did hit him. Whoa! Neato! I missed a yarn though, and I know where it is. Neat detail how the waterfall is propelled by a conveyor belt system. Yeah, that is a cool little attention to detail for sure. Aha! I've done it! I 100% completed the level on my very first try, without a badge! No, I got a bonus game! Mariosh. I do really like the mermaid Yosh. Fishy. I like that. And you know, you just don't have the same structures. Like, big box stores aren't the same at all. And the amount of parking is less enthusiastic here. Generally, even big stores can be reached carless. I reached the comment length limit. Gotcha. I do envy that. I really do. Here in America, the big box chain stores are so much more prevalent and everything feels so much more corporate. I watched a video, actually, about how like small towns are like a dying breed here in the US. And like how everything you need to be able to get to it by cars, and like all the big box stores surrounded by like square miles of parking, of just pavement for you to park your cars because, you know, you need a car to get to the store. It is really unfortunate. And unfortunately, I feel like that's something that, well, there's very little that can actually be done about it. Yeah, no, generally the parking is smaller than the store itself, says LP. Not here. When that does happen, like we have a restaurant down the road that you can maybe fit like 10 cars in the parking lot, and it's aggravating. And like we could probably walk to it. It's within it's easily within walking distance, but then of course like I said earlier, it's not really safe for us to do that because no sidewalk for a half a mile. Steve says, perfect place to be at 2 a.m. watching a Jeff rage while collecting flowers that he didn't want to pick up. Oh yeah. Yeah. Power badges. I will be using the See Hidden Items badge because I don't want to mess around. Yeah, but the minimum... Oh, hang on. Let me not get killed by a Koopa. That would be preferable. It'd also be preferable not to, like, miss-aim my yarn ball throw. That would be nice. Design hot and special for you. Oh, phew, I thought you meant I was gonna die soon. No. Nope, that's not what I meant. My bad. For big ones, says LP. Yeah, but the minimum parking is kind of mandated in the US, and it's very excessive in my opinion. Yeah, and it, like I said, it sucks because when I'm thinking about in like European countries, like, you know, the towns that are, you know, they've got a lot going on, and like nothing that's like really outside of walking distance. Like, it's rare that you actually need a car, that sort of thing. That's a foreign concept here in the United States of America. The closest we get to that, the closest that I have to that anyway, well, probably would be a big city, but even there, like, I mean, cars are all over the place. But like, okay. When I go on vacation in a place like Virginia Beach, you've got the boardwalk, and there's like so many shops and stores there that are easily within walking distance. Most of the vacation that we took to Virginia Beach a few years ago, most of the time that we were going places, we just walked there, and we loved that. It felt like a mini adventure whenever we would walk out and go find a new store to go patronize. Or, like, on the boardwalk, like, shops and stands, snack stands, arcades, that stuff, all of that was so easily accessible. And the reason is because it's a tourist area. It's not like a place that most people just live. So, yeah, I think that's like the closest thing we have here. And that's like, it's a tourist thing. It's like, it's annoying, but that's like the exception, not the rule for our kind of situation. Your zoning rules don't really allow the kind of stuff we have here, says LP. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with our zoning rules, to be honest. I should be, but I'm not. I think that video that I watched a while back did make mention of that, though, so makes sense to me. Small towns, I feel, are such a dying breed as well. There are a couple of local chains still around, but those are eventually being replaced with whatever California, Texas, or New York has created. Yeah, it sucks. The monopolization of big business. That's depressing too. I remember when you played this level on Plooch in Yoshi's Woolly World. Plooch! This is Plush. Yeah, I don't really like this level. I really don't like this level. It's just annoying. It truly is just a hassle. Talking about all that, and it's not even getting into just how much forest/woods you have to go through to get to another section of the state you live in. It could take hours at least, says Extreme Wreck. In a way, I kind of like that. I don't know if that's weird of me to say, but I love forests and nature and that kind of thing. It's a funny dichotomy I've got going on. I'm a techie guy, right? Like, I love video games, I love video game tech, all that good stuff. But I also love forests and nature, and I have a lot of fondness for that kind of thing. Because that's what I was surrounded by growing up. So, yeah, I'm fond of that kind of thing. Well, have you noticed how separated commercial zones and residential areas are? That's a legal thing, says Extreme Wreck. Yeah, it is, says LP. Yeah, the zoning laws. That's part of the issue, to be honest. Here, it's commonplace to have both merged. New York City, I feel like, has that kind of thing, where, you know, you have apartments, like, above shops and that kind of thing. But, yeah, that's not really the norm everywhere else. Clayton, I like plants. I also like plants. I'll have to find that video again and watch it. It was a really interesting watch. I really don't like this level. I think I also don't like the insta-kill traps at the very end as well. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! City centers in the US have that sort of thing. Yeah, because space. Yeah, you have so many people you're trying to cram into a tiny little square mileage. All the people gotta go somewhere, you know? I mean, yeah, that as well. It's a necessary thing. But it can suck if you want to go somewhere and the nearest way to get there, you have to go through an hour of forest alongside, like, 3 hours of city. Yeah. No, I get it. Like you said, things here in the US are really spread out. And, you know, as much as I love nature and love all the forests and all that, it does really necessitate vehicular travel. Like, I imagine in other countries, if you don't get your driver's license, it's not that huge of a deal. Even here in the US, that's starting to get more of a thing with Ubers and, like, Lyft and all that sort of thing. Which I've never partaken in and probably never will. Like, I have my own darn car. But for the people who it's like, yeah, it's cheaper just to pay someone else to drive me places because owning a car is ridiculous in terms of, like, price. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, depressing stuff that we're talking about right now. Clayton, Jeff, do I need to have a girlfriend? Says Clayton. No, I Well, you don't need to have one. That's kind of something that you decide whether or not you want one. Hey, it's much easier to get a driver's license in the US. Well, it's also like a necessity. And that sucks just as much. Also, this isn't something that I liked admitting, but I failed my first driver's license test. Try getting one in Germany. I failed my first driver's test. I think it was because I was too nervous, and the guy noticed that, and it's not necessarily that I did a bad job driving, it's that I was too nervous about it. I'm pretty sure that was the big deal. I hate this level so much. Like, look what I'm about to have to do. Oh, come on. I forgot about that. Oh, come on. I forgot about that, too. Why would you do that to Amise? Did I get everything? Hey, how about that? Just don't get hit in the boss, please. I hate. I don't want to play this level again. I really don't like it. Like, honestly, I'm thinking about going a couple minutes over here and, or a few minutes over, and playing Sunset at Curtain Falls just because I need the palate cleanser. You're getting tired now, aren't you? He noticed. He saw me yawning. He should have, like, looked at the screen and said that, like, "You're getting tired, aren't you? How about you take a little shower and cool off already?" I don't understand why that corresponds to me being tired. Very cruel section. Yeah, it is. Cruel boss fight, too. Okay, I gotta ignore comments for just a second. I'm sorry. I don't want to, but it is necessary. I really, really don't want to have to play this level again. I really don't. Hey, it's that song that makes me think that my cell phone is going off. I don't know if that actually comes through on the stream or not. Okay. There we go. I'm through the worst of it. I think. You know what? Don't say stupid stuff like that. Okay. There we go. Got it. Got it. Let's go. Oh. Oh. What are platforms for in this game anyway? True. With all the flutter jumping. Woohoo! Ugh. Like, nice. Yay. Morbidly obese Paracoopa. That's so true, Extreme Wreck. It is. It really is. I had like theory classes, 1 theoretical exam, 3,000 hours of supervised driving, and a driving exam to get mine. Thankfully got it on the first try. That's good. That's a lot. You know, we kind of had something similar, but I don't think it's 3,000 hours of driving. Like, ours is similar. You gotta get your learner's permit, which you need to take a written exam for that. Then you need to take either, like, driver's education or, like, a 5-hour course, and then get a certain number of hours for driving. I don't remember how many hours of driving it is. But it's not 3,000. It's, like, 80 or something. Sunset at Curtain Falls. I'm definitely doing this one. A philosophical question I have is why Yoshi decides to ground pound and jump. Why do those things when he has flutter jump? Is Poochie your favorite dog ever? No. I like Poochie, but he's not my favorite dog ever. That said, if we ever have a dog here, his name will be Poochie. The bridge could have been made from frozen French toast sticks. French toast sticks. What do you mean French toast sticks? They're not French. Is French toast even French? I gotta ask that, LP. Is French toast actually a French dish? Yep, they aren't. No, lol, never saw them. French toast sticks are definitely not. They're like you cut up pieces of bread, soak them in like a custard, and then deep fry them. Or if you're health conscious, shallow fry them. Or bake them, but those are the worst and nobody likes those. Yeah, no, they're definitely American. Clayton, dude, what does my name even mean? I just chose it because it sounds cool. It does. I don't know that it does mean anything. Also, the World 4 music sounds like "Wake me up before you go, go" on point. Wake me up before you go, go. It's like French fries. Anybody remember when America, USA, tried to rename them Freedom Fries? The French toast sticks I can see being a Canadian thing. Oh yeah. I mean, Canada certainly has their fair share of unhealthy foods, like poutine. Isn't that just like fries with gravy? I don't know if I like this level a lot, but I can't decide if I like the items being collected here. Because this is essentially a glorified auto-scrolling section. You can't throw yarn balls, you can eat enemies, or you can gobble enemies, as long as you're not on a curtain, which is like 0.5% of the time that you're in this level. But I love this music. It is this is definitely one of my favorite tracks. Absolutely one of my favorites. And like, the sunset theming is really, really pleasant. And just the theming in general, I love it. It's a pretty fast-paced level. Like, you really gotta be on your toes. It's also a pretty fast level just in general. Like, it takes like 3 minutes to beat it. That said, if you miss something, you gotta replay the whole level. Which is pretty indicative of Yoshi levels just in general, but it's especially noticeable here. Still, I really like it. And I also really like level 5S, which is basically just Kaizo version of this. It's not Kaizo, but it is if you want to get like... It is if you want to get all the items. See ya, monkey. Pretty sure I got everything. Yes, I didn't even get the minigame. Kaizo curtains. Okay, serious question. What is the deal with freedom in the US? To be honest, it's a word that's used so much that I don't really know what it means anymore. It's sort of like the minecart TK levels. Well, that's an interesting parallel. Got everything on my first try. Let's go. The movement looks fun. It is. My brain turned off. Explain that run. My brain is turned off. Explain that run. What do you mean? That was all muscle memory. Okay, back. Also posted some stuff in community creations. From an outsider perspective, I don't think it means anything, says LP. From an insider perspective, I feel like it doesn't really mean that much either. It's basically a motto for America. Yeah. I'm sure there's some freedoms that we have that, you know, are less common in other countries, but I don't know. I can't really name any. Freedom of religion is normally the big one, but that's pretty common in like most of the developed world, I would say. maybe not quite, but you know. It's a common theme in Western countries, I would say. Rhett Leadham Fring. I'm a Tennessean and I have no idea, says Extreme Wreck. It's basically a motto for America, regardless of or not if America lives up to said motto. I think we have a lot of freedoms here. I just, you know, how uncommon are those freedoms really? Freedom of religion is pretty huge in Europe, I was gonna say. But here they're pretty insistent on separation. Insistent on separation? Is that like half of a... you have freedoms just like every Western country. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, Western countries tend to have pretty similar freedoms. I'm American and I low-key hate it here, says Drip Nova. The only reason I'm staying is because it's hard to move and everywhere is probably gonna be worse. You gonna check out my meme? It's an audio. Oh boy. Don't usually do audio memes. Yeah, in France, you can't display religious symbols in public schools, for example. Honestly, for a while here, well, there are definitely some rules banning certain, like, religious acts in school. Sometimes it feels like specifically towards Christians, like you can't, like, openly pray in the lobby or, like, take a Bible to class or that sort of thing. I don't know if, like, some of those are imagined, but I feel like I remember some of those things happening. Does video game Yoshi like meatballs? Because I know cartoon Yoshi doesn't. I mean, I feel like he'd be fine with it. He's an omnivore. In that he eats enemies, which are often, like... well, they're not plants. Yeah, and for, I'm sorry, I read that already. It's an audio meme, huh? It's a long one. Yarnivore. Yarnivore. Like, you'll never hear me calling myself an American ever because being a Tennessean is something I'm more qualified to claim myself as, says Extreme Reg. I have no problem claiming to be an American. That's the country I live in. That's the country I call home. I'd rather not call myself a New Yorker. I'd rather be called an American than a New Yorker. I might not be as patriotic as a lot of other, as some other people are. There are certainly more patriotic people than me. But, I'd still say I'm patriotic. I love the 4th of July. I love this country. But, you know, I might not be as patriotic as some, I'll say that. I'm a Christian, says Drip Nova. Me too! I used to partake in those praying in the lobby groups. You know, when I was in school. Now I don't really have an opportunity because I'm not in school. I'm a craftling, says Drip Nova. What, can you describe what the meme is before I listen to it, Plush? Because I don't usually listen to audio memes on Livestream. 4th of July is where fireworks go off, and I hate the loud noises they make, says Extreme Wreck. Oh, bummer. I love that. I love the hot dogs and hamburgers, and... oh, man. There's a town near where I grew up that had the best, like, celebrations for 4th of July. It'd basically be like a mini carnival. There weren't, like, rides or any of that, but there were a lot of, like, game stands, and, like, there were parks in the there were playgrounds at the park that this was at. Lots of food stands, souvenir shops, that sort of thing. And this last year, I walked all the way to the end of the, I walked all the way to the end of the stretch where the food shops were. And there was like a wood-fired pizza oven that someone brought in and was just making fresh wood-fired pizzas on the spot. and it was awesome. It was pretty well priced, honestly, for being like carnival food. Like acceptable prices for pizza, and the pizza was outstanding. I loved it. Jeff, you sound robotic on my end. Try restarting the stream. I've had that problem on a live stream before, and like restarting it helped. It's me singing Wake Me Up to the World 4 music. Don't worry, it's completely clean. Okay, give me a minute. I never really found the appeal, though I don't have any issues with other people's religions. In fact, I get a bit too curious and always end up confused after asking a trillion questions, says LP. Appeal isn't the right word, it just didn't make sense for me, basically. Your audio's fine to me. Yeah, I figured it was probably a user thing. I used to be afraid of fireworks when I was younger, says Blues Cat. I can understand that. They're loud. You kind of sound like a transformer to me, says Blues Cat. Okay. Autobots, roll out. Alright. Let me listen to this then. It's meme time, you ready? Let me see if you can hear this on the stream. I don't think I can hear it. No, I can't hear it. Give me a sec. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, it's not coming through on the stream. We can't hear it. Yeah, I see that. Here, I'm gonna just download it. There we go. It should play when I play it in the media app. Here you go. There's the World 4 music, and then Plush is gonna cut in.
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. Wanna see you when you hit that high. Wake me up before you go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight. I wanna hit that high.
Nice. Okay, I can totally see where you're coming from with that one. That was really good singing, Plush. That was excellent. Yoshi. Yoshi don't hate Meatball. Yoshi was just reading the script. That was juicy, says Blues Cat. I'm assuming you mean my Transformers thing. Why does it work so well? It really does. That was great. I spent a ton of money on an SSD recently. On SSDs recently, says LP. Ooh, man. You know, the most I've spent on an SSD was like a year or two ago. I was running out of storage space on my 4 terabyte internal hard drive on my computer, the bulk storage one. That's got all my live streams on it. I've got over a terabyte of live streams on that thing. From just my YouTube, the Yoshi Fanatic channel. So I decided that I also have like a 1 terabyte main SSD for my main drive. And it's pretty good. It's a Gen 4. It's got like 5,000 megabits per second read-write speeds or something like that. It's a Sabrent Rocket like 4.0 or something. I don't know. But it's pretty good. But like I needed more space to be able to edit off of. So I got myself like I can't really, well, I guess maybe I could edit off of a off of a SATA hard drive, but I'd rather not have that as a bottleneck, especially now that I'm starting to look at recording and working with 4K files. Not looking forward to that. But I got myself a 4 terabyte M.2 drive like 2 years ago, and like those were pretty expensive. but I got like a Team Group one, I think it was. It was PCIe Gen 3, and I'm pretty sure I got a Team Group one. It was between that and the Crucial, but it was 4 terabytes, and I think I got it on sale for like 220 bucks. But yeah, that's where I put like a lot of the important video files that I will edit with frequently. Mostly like Yoshi game footage. Yeah, that's pretty sick. And then later I got a 14 terabyte external hard drive for storing everything and backing up my computer. I got that around the time I had to get a new power supply because I thought and worried that all my data had been lost because my power supply had died. So I started backing up all my, like, I have a backup once a week on my computer that like backs up all of the data on my computer to that 14 terabyte external hard drive. Anyway, I want to see more clays because I posted those too, but you don't have to if you don't want. Oh yeah, I should look at those. Community creations? Sure. Let's see. PC screen. That's Clayton, right? These are great. And like, this is awesome. Well done. Let me out, you sick piece of turd meat. What? Oh, that's him like before he actually gained mortal form. Back to the action. LP says spent like 500 euros on a bunch of SSDs to make backups for my self-hosted services because I don't really want to lose my data, but I do not trust cloud providers. 400 euros is $577-ish. Jeez. Well, I mean, that's a worthy investment, honestly. You know, at some point, I want to get myself network attached storage, NAS, if you will. I feel like that would be a better option for when I have a lot of video files that I'm working off of. The thing is, those are like really expensive. Like, I could build a computer for the amount of money those things cost. So for now, I just have my 14 terabyte external hard drive. I don't love it, but it's not great. It's not bad. It works for what I need for now. Just basic backups and bulk storage. I really don't have much money as a student, too. It's just 10,000% worth it because there's all my work on there. Oh yeah, absolutely. When your work is so digital focused that even 577 bucks or 500 euros isn't that much of an ask. Like, it'll be worth it for you, I'm sure. You know, I read a quote earlier that there are 2 types of people. Those who have lost data and those who will. That is, everyone will. So any measures you can take to prevent that sort of data loss, definitely for the best. Nintendo's random, you never know what to expect. Both good and bad, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Yeah, amen to that. 1 month of my internship salary, lol. Oh, jeepers, that puts it in perspective. I'm really in need for an external hard drive for my hacked Wii U at some point, says DB. I've got one. It's the 500 gigabyte external hard drive I used to work off of for my volatile upgrade editing days. There are those who have backups and those who suddenly start to make backups. That's another way to phrase it, honestly. Alright guys, I really need to go to bed. It's 2:30 here. And my kids will wake up in 6 hours whether I'm ready for it or not. So, I really do need to go to bed. But hey, we actually made the amount of progress I was hoping for tonight. We completed a whole world. And went back and completed World 2-7. How many levels did we 100% complete? I think like 11. It's pretty good, honestly. Anyway, that is it for this stream. Oyasu minasai. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I'm glad that you guys tuned in, even though it was a late stream. For some of you, that was actually a benefit. This flew by. It always does. They say time flies when you're having fun. So I hope that's indicative that you guys had a good time. I know I did. I needed to blow off some steam. So thank you guys for tuning in. I just realized something. I don't know if J-Dog is still here. By the way, Nguru. I don't know if J-Dog is still here, but if you look at that shy guy that's spinning around on that curtain, the same side of him is always shaded. I think that bothers me. I think that's really bothering me. Now I'm like fixated on that. Just the same side of him is always shaded. There's no... There's... Oh. Okay. The light comes from the top, by the way. I mean, this is brilliant. Thank you for that cursed fact. You're welcome. Alright, anyway. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I go live or post a video. Feel free to join the Discord. I will never unsee this. This is Drip Nova. You have blessed me. This will really enhance my life. Anyway, join the Discord if you'd like to. It's the best way to get in touch with me, and I love chatting with the fans there. I'll keep you updated as much as I can about my stream schedule, and what I'm going to be playing next. You guys can vote for intro and outro music for the stream. You can cast your votes as far as games you'd like me to play. I've kind of got a list planned, but feel free to throw something in there. Maybe it'll make it in the schedule. You can post pictures of your favorite food. I don't know. Lots of stuff to do there. Next stream should be Friday, starting around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give or take a half hour or so. It depends. Yeah, we'll play more Yoshi's Woolly World. And that's always something to look forward to. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Have a good week, everybody.